Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Flesh and Blood stream. Today, we're going to be playing Aurora. I have my first RTN tomorrow. It was really weird not playing any RTNs last weekend. There was also none today for me to go to, which it's just been really weird. Normally, there's like a few RTNs within a couple hours of me that I can go to, but like this is really the only like close one that I'm going to be able to go to. So, I don't know. It's just panned out in a very weird way this RTN season. Sorry, my headband's messed up, but it is what it is. We're practicing for tomorrow. I have settled on Aurora. I know that I have been testing Syndra and Jarl and, you know, a few different decks, really trying to figure out what I wanted to play in this meta, but I think Aurora is probably just the best aggro deck to be playing. And that's just what I'm going to play tomorrow. So, we'll see how it goes. Plus, I feel the most comfortable playing Aurora. She's by far the hero that I have the most reps on. While we were loading the stream, Angel, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. And yo, Aaron, what's up, dude? Aurora's a great choice to go for, in my opinion. Only thing I'd watch out for would be Jarl. So, Aaron, I do have a plan into Jarl. I play 9 main deck blues, and then I bring in 3 more in the sideboard to be able to have a little bit of, you know, more consistency with my blue ratio when I'm playing against Jarl. So it's definitely something to look out for. I appreciate the tip, though. By the way, guys, if you are new to the channel, you're here for the first time, whatever your story is, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? I would love to know more about you guys in the chat if you're hanging out. But without further ado, let's hop in. Let's play some games. I'm excited to play Aurora and practice just a little bit here, just kind of shake off the dust. I have not played any games with Aurora since I got back from... do I want to go first or second against them? Let's see. Hang on. I can't remember what I do against Jarl. I think I go second against Jarl, right? Or maybe I go first. I can't remember. Yeah, I do go second. All right. Playing against Dory Bread here. Huh, what an interesting name. It's going to be Crown of Providence, Tunic, Grasp, and I do like to run Lightning Greaves in this matchup. That is because it blocks if we need it to, and I'm never really going to use snaps for anything anyway. And then I'm pretty sure I'm bringing in Warmongers, I'm taking out Exudes, or I'm bringing in Exudes and Warmongers, and I am taking out Second Strikes. There they are. It's like I couldn't find them there for a second, but yeah, we run 60 into Jarl. It could be worth it just to keep these in, but I've learned that through most of my games, I actually don't need the extra cards. I would rather just run the 60 and just play a cleaner version of the deck. So, a pretty cool opening hand. Ooh, a lot of this equipment setup looks pretty familiar here. Looks pretty familiar. I really like the fact that they're running Redwood Hammer. Makes me really happy. I really, really like that. Ooh, and they're playing Roiling Fisher. Interesting. I don't think it's really worth playing anything or activating anything here. I mean, I guess we could have played the Burn Up and Shock prior to that and then activated Aurora, but we're probably... I'm debating if I want to play the Burn Up and Shock here or if I would rather just overpitch. So I could play out a full hand here if I wanted to. I want to Arsenal the Lightning Surge. I think that's really where I want to be able to end my turn at. If I played both sides of Burn Up and Shock, I would spend 1 for that, and then I could spend 1 more to throw Exude Confidence. We could also play both sides of Burn Up and Shock. I think we're going to play both sides of Burn Up and Shock, and then I'm going to overpitch to Grasp to make a Rune Chant, and then I'm going to Arsenal the Lightning Surge here and set up for next turn. Yo, Cusco, what's up, dude? All right, they gave us a card, which we like to see. We could just throw the Exude Confidence. I mean, I guess it is technically a breakpoint. Yeah, I think it's better to just play the Exude here. It does stop them from playing like defense reactions or anything like that, and it does force 2 cards out of their hand. Yeah, I think this is a massive W for us. And then we're just going to Arsenal the Lightning Surge and set up here. Okay. Interesting. They'd rather gain 2 life here. That is intriguing. Huh. So I think we're just going to lead on the Lightning Surge here. I would like to play the Arc Lightning and the Channel, but with the Stalagmite up, it feels like it could be a little awkward here for us. So I think we want to lead on the Lightning Surge. Is going to be our play. And then we can always play the Channel Lightning Valley here. Probably pitch the Somersault. Yep, so they did that so that they can decompose. Makes sense. Makes sense. Let's see. We just pitched a blue, so putting the Somersault there is not bad if we pitch stack that way. I could also pitch the Arc Lightning and try to set up for like a good second cycle play and arsenal the Somersault here. This way we play around the Stalagmite here this way. I mean, I guess technically they could have a, I guess technically they could have a Blizzard to like try and shut this down, but maybe we're supposed to pitch the Somersault here. We got 2 cards out of their hand, which means we could activate Aurora. And then be set up for next turn? I don't know. This is weird. The Somersault's pretty good, though, right? I think the Somersault's a pretty good card to have. They just swing the hammer. So it is... Yeah, we have a really good hand here. We're just going to take 4. I can't imagine that they are stopping us from doing anything we'd like to here. So I get to Entwine Lightning... I guess I can use the Grasp here if I wanted to. We're probably going to have to play around... Stalagmite this turn, but I guess Tunic kind of lets us do this if we like to. So it's going to be fused with the Discharge. This is going to be 4 go again, and then we're going to play Flittering Charge. Do I want to Somersault this? I guess I do, right? It's better to Somersault this, I think. I'm definitely glad I'm playing today. I find myself right now like trying to find the lines that we want. I guess I could have waited until the resolution step to do that, which would have been fine. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this. I'm kind of hoping they decide to block with the Stalagmite here. So we're just going to let the Frostbite happen. I have no interest in responding to this because we have the blue. It works out really well for us. I'm then going to throw this, have 1 floating. This is 2 go again. On hit, we draw a card. And then we're almost guaranteed to draw a card here just because of the Discharge and the Flittering Charge. Oh, they're just going to give it to us, huh? They have a defense reaction? Maybe they have another Rubon Carapace? No, they're just going to give us the card? Okay. Flittering Charge, play Discharge, Flittering Charge into use Tunic to activate Aurora. I mean, it's a pretty good hand. We get to get pretty aggressive here with our hand and our layout. It's not bad. We'll play this to give it go again. Yeah, I mean, I'm very surprised that they're committing to no blocks at this point. Like, I was like, oh, okay, Command and Conquer makes sense. We'll let them take damage here, and then I will use Tunic to activate Aurora. So we are using Tunic efficiently this turn, We're not keeping the channel, but I don't know that that was... I think we had a better play just getting aggressive here. If I say no blocks, I can go current funnel, or I'm sorry, I can go E-strike, putting the current funnel in the bottom to draw a card. It seems fine. We'll just take 2. Or I'm sorry, we'll just take 4 here, down to 20 to 32. We've already gotten a couple of pieces of equipment from them. One thing that is important is that even though we have a pretty decent fridge with the way that we've set up our deck to play against Jarl, I don't want to use it because it gives them an opportunity to just like hit me with a frozen to death, or even a mangle if they wanted to do some like nonsense that way, and I really don't like that. I am gonna, well, I guess we could put the lightning press on the bottom, right? I mean, we could use a second cycle lightning press, but I don't know. I think the blue is probably just worse here, and if they blizzard us, it just feels bad. No, I guess it's not that bad, right? I'm not gonna pay, so they know that this is just 5, and I'm gonna play the lightning press, and then we're just gonna arsenal the Ravenous Rabble here. It's perfectly fine. The blizzard is pretty good for them. It means that we didn't get maximum value out of our E-strike, which does feel bad, and could honestly, in some fashion, lead to us losing this game here, but yeah, I'm just gonna pass, and we'll arsenal the... I guess we could arsenal the Flittering Charge, right? Ravenous Rabble's probably just a better arsenal. Okay, Channel's not bad. Channel's a pretty good card for them to have here. And then they're gonna pitch their Canopy Shelter to come in for 4. I mean, I guess I can just take 4, right? Because I can go Ravenous Rabble, pitching a Flittering Charge into Snatch, pitching a Lightning Press. Yeah, that seems fine. We're setting up Flittering Charge, Lightning Press for second cycle. Although, I'm really hoping there's not a blue on top of our deck. It feels like there probably is. We haven't seen one in a little bit, so... Every time. Never fails, every time. Our opponent very quickly retch for the Crown of Providence to put a card from their hand on the bottom of the deck. Interesting. And then we're just going to throw Snatch here. And we're kind of like setting up a little, like, a pretty decent 2-card combo here. Defense Reaction incoming. Like, almost assuredly. Lightning Surge, just a great card to arsenal here. We know that we have a blue coming off the top. With Tunic coming up, I almost wish we didn't, because Tunic gives us the ability to... just, like, kind of throw Starfall for free here. It's only 1 ice card. I mean, I could just take 6 and lose my Lightning Surge. I think that feels better than anything else going. Yo, Silent, what's up, dude? It's going well, man. We're in our first game here. We're just trying to get back into the flow of Aurora here before tomorrow's event. So we could also block Arcanic Shockwave, Grasp, and Lightning Surge. Could work pretty well. And then I have the ability to play Arc Lightning, Lightning Surge, play around the... I mean, I guess it's just, is this worth more points in my hand or on the board? If I block 6, I'm giving them the ability to try and destroy some of my equipment, which I really don't want to do. So I think we're just going to take 6, and we're just going to use the Arc Lightning here. It's not great, but it is what it is. So it's going to be Arc Lightning for 1 Arcane, and then our next attack gets go again. I'm curious to know if they're going to pitch a blue up front. I mean, I would think so. No. Interesting. Exude Confidence for 4 go again. You do not give me a Frostbite, which is fine. And I'm just going to pay 2. I mean, they knew I had the blue there. So, like, unless they have another one, I really don't think that was a good decision. They knew that I had it in my hand from last turn. So I really don't like or agree with that decision. They blocked with 2 Command and Conquerors already. I mean, yeah, it's probably just going to be Starfall after this. It's 2 and 1 more damage here. Yo, what's up, Nick? Would you say most Auroras are playing 3 Flicker these days, or still less? I think a lot of the Aurora decks have gone down to playing like 1 or like less than 3. Most of them are on... Most Aurora lists that I'm seeing are playing like 2 Flickers right now. They're not comboing as hard. Is what I've seen from a lot of the decks so far, Nick. Crown of Providence is there to protect us from cards like Command and Conquer, but I don't think the value is worth it at that point in time. The open Frostbite slot that they get right there when we block with Crown of Providence is very, very valuable, and I don't like that one bit. So I would rather just I mean, I guess it's 1 more arcane damage, or it's 4. I would rather just keep the Crown of Providence for a turn when I really needed to block, is kind of my thought process there, Betty. Yeah, Jarl ability definitely, like, me getting Frostbites in this slot can be backbreaking, and it's not even like in a way where I can like play around it with Tunic or anything. It's just bad for me all the way around. Yo, what? So, Discharge, E-Strike. So it's Tunic to throw Starfall. We're just going to take 4 and we're going to lead on Tunic Starfall. It's going to be our play here. Is there a better line? I mean, I guess I could always go in Twine Lightning, Fuse with the Discharge. Play the Discharge. And then Tunic Starfall, and then if they block with Stalagmite, our turn's like shut down, so I don't like that one bit. So I think we're just going to lead on Tunic into the Starfall here. I think it's going to be our play. And they will probably block with... they'll probably block with Stalagmite. It almost seems too free at this point. Yo, Nova, what's up, dude? Yeah, Betty, happy to explain, man. Happy to explain and help add any like light or clarity around things when I can. So we pump up over 1, which is really solid. And then we're going to pay with the Lightning Press. We're going to put that on the bottom, and we're going to come in for... I think we're just going to buff power here. Just coming in for 10 is really powerful when my opponent's already at 14. Now, they do have multiple cards in hand, but they keep holding their cards. So it really feels like they have a lot of like hand disruption effects. Like they're playing like Plow Under, or they were just waiting to block something more efficiently, I guess. Yeah, we're just going to go to 14. We're going to pitch the Gone in a Flash. This would be a really good time to have snaps for what it's worth. Since the Stalagmite is gone, this would be really good. So, I'm doing well, Nova. I'm doing well. How are you, buddy? You doing all right? Who's randomly hanging out in between their rounds at an RTN right now is what I want to know. We're going to play Channel. And then it's going to be Static Shock for 7 on hit. Man, not even getting the equipment there feels bad. They're playing a lot of good 4 blocks in their deck, which, I mean, makes sense. Like, it's what they want to be doing. Ooh, yikes. So they actually wanted to block with multiple cards last turn. I mean, I guess we can block here. I don't know. This hand's not great. This hand is not great, and I almost guarantee there's a blue on top because we just drew quad reds. When there's 12 blues in our deck, like, statistically it lines up pretty poorly for us. I mean, sure, yeah, he doesn't really change much of our turn here, but Oh, there is a red on top. How about that? Did not see that coming. We're probably at a point where we're going to need to use our equipment to flip the game. I think that's the third Blizzard, though. Like, I think that there is pretty much, like, no more threat of them disrupting us on our turn moving forward. I guess technically I should have blocked with a Static Shock. I could have kept the Gone in a Flash. No, I wouldn't have had a Lightning card to have pitched to Aurora, so it wouldn't have mattered here. Although I do like drawing into the Fry. It pretty much guarantees that we have like a really solid turn this time around. All right, I think this is Crown time. We're towards the end of the game and we need to get a lot of value here out of this turn cycle, so I think this is just going to be a Crown. We'll block with Crown and Crown only. If they have the Pummel, it could be pretty awkward for us. They do. Our opponent's hands have lined up very, very well this game. So we're going to take 8. And I guess I'm going to discard the Static Shock. It's going to be Entwine Lightning fused with the Fry. And then it would be Starfall into Tunic. And then we would put this into play and go E-Strike for 7. It's kind of awkward because we're not going to be able to keep the channel around unless we draw something good, I guess. I don't know. I guess it just kind of depends on what we draw into here. I'm going to assume there's a defense reaction here, but it doesn't change our hand or our play here. We know there's no more Blizzards, so yep. Yeah, our opponent's hand has lined up really well so far. Like pretty much every turn this game, they've had really good hands. Like they've drawn a lot of their like 4 blocks in like good order. They've had like 1 card disruption hands very well every game. It's really lined up. I know that this doesn't let us keep our channel around, but I think it's just the route we have to go. I'm just going to come in for 7 and try to draw a card. I'm basically going to force them into making a decision here. And if we draw like a blue lightning card, we could pitch it to the Aurora ability here to be able to keep our channel around, which is not a bad play. It's not a bad play at all. Okay, so they're just going to block 8, which is, I mean, I think that's their best play they had. Oh, man. Well, here's all of our blues after all the Blizzards are gone. So I think we're going to activate Grasp. We're going to throw Lightning Surge. And then we're going to pitch the Heaven's Claws to Aurora and Arsenal the Somersault. I think it's going to be our play. We can try to set up and block. I mean, we could use Lightning Greaves here to like try to be able to turn this hand into something else, but I don't really know that that's our best play. I think we're better off to just like set up here, take a turn off, and then Arsenal a card that lets us block very efficiently. We were rewarded by drawing 2 3 blocks here. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, that is extremely unfortunate. That is extremely unfortunate. What are we even trying to accomplish with this hand? So we're going to block 3, 4, 5, 6. Take 2 down to 3. And then we're going to keep the Static Shock, I guess. Yeah, because it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're just 1 short. Man, that sucks. You're right. It did not turn out very well. It did not turn out very well. When they played the Terra Sunder, I assumed they wanted to throw Hammer for 5, which was going to be an absolute blowout for us. We were going to be able to block that really efficiently. How does this pan out? So we block like this so that we can stay at 3. We discard the Ravenous Rabble and the Static Shock, or in the Burn Up, and then we throw the Static Shock at them. We can actually throw the Static Shock twice here because of the embodiment of lightning, which is not bad. If we had Tunic up, we'd be able to throw... We'd actually be able to have a 2-card 10 here because of the Somersault, which could be really good. I don't think cracking Greaves there was correct. I don't know. It could have been. It could have been that we're just at a point in the game where we have to say, yep, this is our hand, and we have to make it work here. But I don't know. That didn't feel correct to me. So I'm going to play this now. Because playing this now allows me to turn on the Static Shock text, that's why I want to be playing it right here. We put this back in our hand, and then it is 4 on hit, 1 more Arcane. But if they have Dominate, they're probably just going to try and end the game here. Like, they probably have a Fused Oak in Old Hand. No? Okay. They have this Fate Foreseen. Oh, man. Our hands have not lined up well this game at all. Block with Warmonger's Diplomacy, take 1, and then it's throw Exude Confidence, pitch the Lightning Surge, and then Arsenal the Shockwave. I could also block 5, and then play Shockwave fused with Blue Lightning Surge and Arsenal the Lightning Surge. It's technically 1 more point of damage, and we get to cover this up entirely. Well, I guess this is 6 versus 5, but it's split damage, which makes it just a little bit better, I think. And then the Blue Lightning Surge sets us up in Arsenal to be able to have a turn where we can go Lightning Surge into use Tunic for Starfall. So, I don't know. Yo, let's go. Congrats, man. Congrats. Super excited to hear that you locked in your Nats invite, brother. That's awesome, man. Love it. I feel like Kano's probably like a tough matchup for Syndra. I mean, unless you just like run them over like on the second turn of the game, it's probably a really tough one, I imagine. At least that's how it feels like it would go. We're just going to Arsenal the Lightning Surge and pass to our opponent. Okay, well that really lined up well. So if I block Burn Up and the Warmonger's Diplomacy here... Yeah, I can't block with 1 card. I have to block with 2 cards here, unfortunately. So if I block Burn Up and Warmonger's Diplomacy, I get to go Arc Lightning, Arcanic Shockwave for 4 go again, 1 Arcane, Tunic for Starfall. We'll block 7 here, take 1, go to 2. I think this is the best play line we have. It allows us to like spread out our damage a little bit. Was that the Arc Lightning we pitched? I don't think so. I think there's still 1 more in the deck. And then it's 4 go again and 1 Arcane. I mean, we have a decent turn here. Like, we have a pretty good 2-card hand here. Or I guess 3-card hand, technically. My opponent knows it's a Blue Lightning Surge, so there's no reason for me to hide any information here. Like, I'm like saving that doesn't hide anything. We showed it to them when we fused last turn, so this is pretty on the nose here that we have it. Okay. And then they have a decision to make here. Would they like to go to 1, or would they like to go to 1 right here? Or would they like to throw Hammer at me? I don't think there's any burn up and shocks left in our deck, so I don't think there's any way for us to just like cheese them. If I block like this, and with Tunic I stay at 2, or I can go to 1, and then it's pitch Current Funnel. It's pitch Heaven's Claws to Grasp, and then throw Snatch. I think it's better here. I don't know. Aurora's going okay. Jarl is proving a little bit of a challenge here on our first game, but that's okay. I'm just hoping that there is enough gas left in our deck at this point in time for us to get there. Hopefully this requires 2 cards from them, and then they throw Hammer at me. They want to keep the Autumn's Touch to pitch to Hammer, it looks like. Yeah, they want Hammer to be for 4. Makes sense. So now they're going to pitch their Autumn's Touch. We should have a 3 block here. I was like, there should almost assuredly be a 3 block. And then I think we close the game out here, right? This takes a card. The extra Arcane takes another card. This takes 2 cards. Starfall takes a card. So this should get here exactly. Should be exactly enough to go over the top this turn. If they were playing CYB, we would have lost this game so poorly. Would have been so bad. If they have a defense reaction, they get out of this turn. If they don't, we win. I suppose that is not the same thing. So technically it is. This will put them back to 1. No. This is lethal. Just kidding. Just kidding. I can't count. I cannot count. So they pitch to block both sources of the AB, and then we come in for 2, and we do get there anyway. Wait, what do you mean? I was like, subscribe to Patreon. I am subscribed to Patreon. I was like, get out of here, dude. All right. I did not think we were going to get there. That game did not start off very well. That game looked rough from the beginning, but we were able to close it out. Yo, thanks, Betty. I appreciate it. I think that our pitched Arc Lightning, so pitching the Arc Lightning at the beginning of the game to play around Stalagmite, plus having it for second cycle to force pretty much 3 cards out of their hand really set us up to be able to win the game there. Plus having our Tunic block at the end really, really looked good right there. So took us a minute, but we got there. Yo, Jack, you're not going to make it tomorrow? Well, dude, I hope everything's okay, man. I hope everything's okay. I was looking forward to hanging out tomorrow because I think Chase is supposed to be there, I think, and I think Nick's judging or something like that. So, man, I figured you were going to be there. I hate that, brother. I got a party to attend. I understand. As much as I wish life didn't interfere with cards, life comes first, man. I get it. I completely understand. Hope you have fun at your party, brother. Sorry, let's pull up our testing log here. Keep all my data up to date for all of our YouTube members and Twitch subscribers. Let's see. CC Aurora. Probably the sheet that I have the most games on, to be honest. Let's see. 2-15-25. We played against Jarl. We went second. We did get the win. Looked rough for a minute, but closed it out with a good Arc Lightning pitch. Good Arc Lightning pitch early is more accurate, I would say. All right, cool. You love to see it. You love to see it. Let's roll with it. Got to take it down for team top 9. Listen, I'm gonna do my best, man. I'm gonna do my best. Did Chase ever decide what he was playing? Did he ever decide what he was playing? I mean, there's no secrets. I'm playing Aurora tomorrow, so like I'm not trying to metagame or anything. Genuinely just curious. I don't know. I don't think I've actually went in and updated. I don't think I've updated my deck to add in Syndra and all this kind of stuff for my Aurora deck. I need to go in and do that. So I guess we're going to be figuring out how to sideboard here on the fly. So I think we want Crown of Providence over. I don't actually think we want Face Purgatory. The odds of us getting them with Face Purgatory feels pretty low. I don't know. There's a lot of reactions in their deck. They do play a lot of front pumps, so we could like set up a turn, try to wait for something. Grasp, Carapace, Snaps feels correct. Shelter from the Storm is probably just our best option. We could bring in Warmongers, but I don't think that's correct. We probably just want our defense reactions here, and we'll just try to keep pace here. But I'm not really sure what this is going to look like. Ooh, they're running Null Rune Hood. Interesting. Yo, Rob, what's up, dude? How are you, brother? Are there no RTNs this weekend you guys are doing, or are you guys doing one tomorrow? I thought there was one for some reason that you guys were doing this weekend. I could be wrong though. I've slept since then. This feels really bad, but like I'm not blocking with this Arc Lightning. Arc Lightning's too good. I am going to somersault this back. We actually might pitch the Arc Lightning to the Aurora here. I don't know. Scar Tissue. I mean, yep. So this hits me. I'm now marked. I get the Snatch back. So they're basically just saying they're going to force a card out of my hand here. Arc Lightning and doing Aurora here basically give the same functionality, so I'm just going to keep it. I'm just going to keep this set up the way that we have it. This hand is not great. This hand is not great. We were looking for more offense than defense here. Oh, this is awkward. So we could pitch the Flittering Charge. What if I played Flittering Charge and then played the channel and then I pitched Arc Lightning for the Starfall? I think it's probably a better play here. I don't know. This hand does not feel great. My services to stores in Madison, Chicago, and well, yo, let's go, dude. That's awesome. So you guys are just streaming the event tomorrow? There's no like coverage of it or anything tomorrow? I mean, I completely understand if that's the case. I'm just asking, genuinely just curious. We're going to come in for 2 go again here. And then I guess I'm just going to throw the Lightning Surge. And then I can Arsenal to Shelter the Storm. They are going to try and set up... they're going to try and set up their Fealty tokens here. Like, it feels almost inevitable that that's like their game plan. Yellow Sink Below is wild. What? Our hand is not great. I'm kind of thinking that we want to overpitch Gone in a Flash and Heaven's Claws to Grasp and then throw Static Shock. Do I want to block with my Grasp here? Kind of aggressive. I don't know. Strange he didn't deny... Yeah, no, I know. I would have thought that he would have denied the card draw there. I don't know. I was a little surprised myself to say that he didn't deny it there. I agree. Okay. I mean, I guess it draws you a card, is your thought process here? And it hits... And they have to be able to give it go again. So I'm going to say no blocks here. Oh, it's going to come over the top by 1. Sag. So they're going to have 2 Fealty tokens, which is fine. It is what it is. It costs 1 less to activate this turn, so we just take 1 here. It's definitely not ideal. Yeah, they had 2 yellow sinks in their hand and did not deny me. And did not deny me the ability to... And did not deny me the ability to draw a card? It's very surprising. I do agree. I mean, we get to keep our channel around and draw into a pretty good hand. This is probably going to be no blocks to the moon, right? This turn. Searing Gaze is fine. This is just 4. I don't actually get marked from this. They just had to play this to give it go again. No blocks. This is probably something that, yeah, they create a Felty token here. So I'm now at 24, but we are going to look to get very aggressive here. We're going to look to get very aggressive this turn. So both sides of Burn Up and Shock makes you think now about what you want to do, which I really like here. He's just going to give me the card. Interesting. It's a really interesting decision by my opponent. They're not even thinking about it. Oh, just not a hot mic, but you'll be behind the, you'll be, okay, so you'll still be there like interacting with the chat and stuff like that. So I think we're going to lead on Gone in a Flash. Or maybe we're supposed to lead here. I don't know. Let's lead with this. I was like, we can kind of give them the illusion that they can use equipment to stop our turn here, which I like doing, to be honest. But we are going to get our own hit effect here. It's almost inevitable. Gone in a Flash. We are going to use Snaps this turn. We use Snaps to give this go again. And then in the resolution step, we do return Gone in a Flash to our hand. I can't decide if I would... I mean, Starfall's good, right? Like, we can pitch Gone in a Flash to Starfall and then Static Shock them for 7, which is a better play, I think. Oh, I could see Vaporize being very good in this matchup, actually. I could see Vaporize being very, very good in this matchup. We've already drawn a card from the Channel Lightning Valley, but this is a ton of damage off the Burn Up and Shock. So this is 5 extra Arcane off the top here. If they want to keep cards, which they apparently do, which is fine. Like, I'm gonna say no blocks here. They use the Vigor for Fire and Brimstone. Makes sense. Okay, so we got a lot of attacking extra here. A lot of... I mean, there's really only 2 more attacks that can even happen this turn, though. Just going to block with the Carapace here. We might as well just give some equipment, I think. And they go back to their 3rd Felty, and then I'm continuing to be marked here, then I'm going to take 2. I mean, it's fine, I think. I think this is a perfectly fine turn. They did get to do a lot of damage there, which is quite obnoxious, but I think that's just this matchup. We're probably just going to be in a situation where we're going to be forced to block with Face Purgatory for 2 value, which is fine. If we draw a hand where we can block with the Face Purgatory and get a lot of value out of it, I probably will opt to take that line. I am not marked. I mean, my hand's pretty good here. My hand doesn't block very efficiently, but my hand's pretty good, so I'm going to say no blocks, I think. I don't think there's any card that gives them the ability to kill me here. I think we might as well. So we're going to get aggressive. It's going to be 4. It's going to be Starfall for 2. They probably just take this if I had to guess. I think we're going to activate Grasp so that we can get 1 more point here. We're going to go double Discharge. And we're going to reveal a blue and cry. No, we're going to reveal a red. So if they take all of this, they would fall down to 1, which means that they are leaving themselves open to the possibility of something good from our hand. What cards do they even have that can get us here that costs 0? They have nothing floating. They had no Vigor tokens. So they have to have a card that costs something they could get us with here. There are, let's see, hang on. There's a couple of them that are like +3, I think, that you can play on the first chain link. I just don't remember what they are. That costs 1. That's just +3. So if they had a scar tissue here, I mean, blocking like this pretty much guarantees we don't die. And then we can go Arc Lightning, E-Strike, put the Flittering Charge on the bottom, draw a card. Hunt's End is the 0 for 4. Yeah, that would be really good. Let's see. So if they had the 0 for 4, it puts it up to 5. I take 2 to 2, and then it comes in for 1. Yeah, I think it's fine. It is Scar Tissue. So we're going to go to 2, get marked, and then they're going to come in for 1, and we're going to go to 1. I think our opening hand was maybe just a little too awkward. I mean, we could still try to like put together a decent turn here. Any card that I draw that gives the Flittering Charge go again is just going to be better with the Static Shock. Man, this sucks. I don't think there's any way for us to get where we want to be after drawing the Channel Lightning Valley. I just don't think it's possible. 2 and 1 Arcane does not force a card. 4 and 1 Arcane. So they would go to 2 if I pitch the channel to the Starfall. And then if they block 3, they take 1, go to 1, and then have to give me at least 1 card. So, man, like drawing a yellow there sucks. We can't even get value out of this here based on like because we've already dealt damage to them. If he had blocked the first Arc Lightning hit, we could have like played this or something like that, but I don't. And man, a blue forces all 3 cards here. I'm pretty sure. I think we just have to do this. I think we have to do this and just hope that our opponent makes a mistake here. Grasp Static is less value than Starfall and Static because Starfall and Static is 2 physical and then 1 arcane. And then Static Shock is 4 and 1 arcane. And if we activate Grasp, yeah, so they get to keep 1 card. Man, if we had drawn a blue, the 2 extra points that we could have generated there would have forced our last card as well. Block 5 and then try to go 4 into 4. Take 1 card. And then take 2 cards, leave them with 1 card. That's the downfall of that play. Yeah, now we've just lost. Because if they have some... Yeah, so like literally a blue wins us the game. Damn, that sucks. Or I guess a blue doesn't win us... Well, yeah, a blue wins us the game because now they get to block with 1 card. Yeah, fuck. Oh, because I'm marked? Wow, that really sucks. I think we're going to have to take the play of... I needed them to do something there. I mean... We're just dead on board, so there's no world where we ever get to do anything there. Man. So a blue wins us the game off the top. Or another... You couldn't... Yeah, we had to hope that the CLV like drew into a card there. That was all we had at that point in the game. Was all we had at that point in the game. If we draw blue, we win right there. So a blue or a 0, like a 0 for 4 that has go again actually wins the game. So Ravenous Rabble, I'm trying to think. Fry wins the game. It's not even a 0 for 4. Any red attack with go again or a blue wins the game. Literally drawing any of our yellows just sucks. Man, it's amazing the amount of times that happens to me that I can remember. That's the second time that's happened to me in the last month of playing. Like, I've put myself in a position where I can win the game with a blue or a 0 for 4 and I draw into an Arc Lightning or a Channel Lightning Valley and I just lose because of it. The funny part is even an Arc Lightning would have been fine for us there. Yeah, an Arc Lightning would have been fine because we could have played it and then given the Static Shock value. Even drawing a defense reaction would have been okay, I think, because we would have been able to arsenal it and try to set up a better power hand. Yeah, I don't know. That's unfortunate. I don't really know what we could have done differently there. Okay. Fang. I don't know. Do not capitalize the A, please. We did go second. We lost. Close game. Blue or attack wins off the top. And we drew into CLV to lose. So one thing that we should talk about here before I play another game is, could we have won if we had used E-Strike for 7 instead of drawing a card there? I guess, like, that's the real question here. Hey, Allie, what's up? Oh, man. Could we have won with the hand that we had? So if I go Arc Lightning into Static Shock for 4 go again, on hit 1 Arcane, they take the Arc Lightning, go to 6, they block effectively like they did the first time, like they did on the E-Strike, they go to 5 off the Arc Lightning, and then we throw E-Strike for 7, we would have end up so we went 1-1 off of the Arc Lightning and then off the go again, and it was E-Strike for 5 draw card, which allowed us to throw Starfall, which was 3 damage, and then it was 4 damage from the Static Shock. No, I think going E-Strike draw card was our best play there. I don't think we had a better line with that hand. I'm just sitting here like trying to rack my brain and see if there was something better, but I don't think there was. Unfortunate. Hey, it's Sal. Sal, if you're in the chat, best of luck to you, man. I think Sal hangs out in the Discord quite a bit. All right. So we want... I like having Face Purgatory. I do like Snaps. I think it is technically better than the Lightning Greaves here. And then I bring in Shelters because I want to be able to block efficiently. I know that this is just really a race, but I'm not trying to combo them. I don't know. Like, there could be a world where we want this, I guess. We could play Exude Confidence, but I think I'm just going to play Shelter. I think Shelter's just a little bit better here. Yeah, I think since most of my cards are worth 4, I do think it is correct as well to make that decision. Interesting. It does not feel good, but I think we're going to. I mean, I guess I could just give up some cards here and some soul, but I don't think it's worth. Hopefully there's no Angelic Wrath here. If there is, it feels really bad. I'm willing to give up equipment here to stop Herald of Erudition on turn 0. This matchup is very scary. I understand. Like, this matchup is scary. I get it. There is a lot that can go wrong for a lot of decks against Prism, and Aurora is no exception to that rule. Because of the Arc Lightning, the discharge is worth 3 points to pitch to the Starfall or to attack with, and we're technically splitting our damage this way. So I really like this. That hand was like a little awkward at first glance, but I think it ends up being okay because we are able to just arsenal the Shelter from the Storm, and we're able to put our opponent down to 22, or I guess down to 23. I guess I miscounted there. I thought the damage from Starfall had not come through yet. So Shelter from the Storm and Arsenal gives us quite a bit of value here. This hand actually blocks super effectively. So we get to block 7 like this, and then we get to somersault both of our things here. So the pummel hits. Well, I mean, we're blocking it out, but the pummel, like, hits in theory here. And then we're going to somersault both of our cards back. That lined up really, really well for us. In fact, I don't think that could have lined up any better for us here, to be honest. It's going to be E-Strike for 7, and we're going to Arsenal the second strike. And we'll just try to set up for a big hand where we can try to go all in. We're doing a very good job of keeping a lot of, like, we're not really keeping a lot of tempo necessarily right now, but we are up quite a few points. So, I mean, blocking 7 on this is almost always wrong. He can't pummel this. There's nothing really that our opponent can do here. Oh, Somersault's amazing. I love Somersault, John. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck, to be honest. We're already going to flip Erudition. All right, so we're just getting aggressive here. I mean, I guess I get it. Like, Sal feels like he probably needs to play a lot of offense here to make this happen. I mean, this is just 4, though, right? Like, he can't... He's going to have to crack Halo to be able to use. And he puts the blue that he pitched in there. So depending on what he has in his hand, like, we could be looking at an entirely different situation. I don't know.
Go. You love
Yo, Chris Kim, thank you for that sub on YouTube. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. Guys, if you're hanging out with us, you're new, you're here for the first time, whatever your story is, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when you're new. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourselves. I would love to get to know you guys. Interesting that you're even playing this card against me. I think this is wildly incorrect. We're going to make a rune chant. We're going to throw the second strike at the Arclight Sentinel. The rune chant cannot hit here. The Spectral Shield at the bare minimum eats it. And then it's going to be play channel, activate Aurora, and pass. I am very surprised to see Arclight Sentinel against me. It's not something you see very often. Not something you see very often from Prism players against Aurora, anyway. So he's going to play the pummel here, almost assuredly, so we're just going to say no blocks. I mean, we did show the information of us not blocking, so us giving up that information is a little unfortunate that I'm not... I still have no interest in blocking. This is gonna, like, I'm living in a world, our opponent has already shown us a yellow pummel, that there is going to be a yellow pitched here to play the pummel and then continue their turn. Yeah, no, 100%. Like, that was almost too telegraphed. I'm going to discard the Heaven's Claws. I picked up Fag about 2 months ago, and I kind of got bored with Pokemon. Been having so much fun with Dash.io, and I like any kind of hot dog. Any kind of hot dog. That's what I'm talking about, Chris. I'm here for it. Well, Chris, welcome to Flesh and Blood. Welcome to the channel. Happy to have you, and I'm glad you're here hanging out with us. Glad you are chilling with us and hanging out on a Saturday. I don't get to stream very often on the weekend, so it's awesome, and I'm glad you're here. Welcome to Flesh and Blood. Glad you're enjoying Dash.io. Dash.io is a lot of fun. Yep. They're going to banish a card and draw into 2 cards. We're going to fall down to 15. And then we're just going to pass. And we're going to hope that they didn't draw anything too damning. I mean, that's not great, but I don't really know what else the plan is here. We've probably lost this game. We're down 8 points. Our opponent had 2 pummels in the first 4 turns of the game. And our opponent has also played an Arclight Sentinel against us. I'm assuming that there's just not enough cards they want to cut from their deck, because there's no reason you should ever be on this 6-cost card against us. Makes no sense. I'm going to throw Snatch at the Angel here. I think to start our turn is what I want to do. I could throw Lightning Surge at them, but I think we're better off to just go ahead and get the extra card here. We do draw a card because we are targeting the Angel, and Snatch says if Snatch hits, we draw into a Somersault here. We have not dealt damage, which is, I mean, I guess a little concerning. So I'm going to throw Lightning Surge at them. I think has to be our play this turn. We're going to do our best to utilize Aurora here if we need to. I am going to snap to give it go again. I can now Somersault in Resolution, so we're going to draw a card to see what we draw, and then I am going to Somersault the Lightning Surge, get it back to my hand. Wait, what's happening? Go crazy with a corn dog? I also like corn dogs, John. I'm here for that, dude. So Second Strike is now online. I can go 7. We played a lightning card, so I could activate Grasp into Starfall, which would be 3 into E-Strike for 7, and then have no arsenal. It would technically force a card one way or another. We've also not seen a lightning press yet, which has been very unfortunate. Yeah, this is 3, and then this is 7. I think we have to do this to force a card out of our opponent's hand here. Not really thrilled about this idea, but I think we have to here. I don't think we have a... I don't know. Yeah, it would have given us another 0 for 4 with go again, so I guess we could have just saved it at that point. We didn't really know what we were going to draw into, so that was very possibly correct there. Yeah, to have the Second Strike as go again. Dealing damage to an ally does not count as having done damage. That is correct. To my knowledge, this says... If you've dealt damage this turn, I don't think we're actually dealing the damage, though, is like its whole thing. Our opponent falls down to 2. Drawing the lightning press is massive. I can block with Arcanic Shockwave and go for the press play here. If they have the -2, it's a blowout. We have seen one already. We could have went for the play that was draw into a card and hope it's something to throw at them, but I think that we were... Like, drawing a card is fine because there's a lot of 0 for 4s in our deck, and we would have been rewarded with the Snatch. But I think we were better off to throw 7 there because it guarantees that we force a card. And if we let them keep a 4-card hand, I think we're in a really bad spot. I'm kind of hoping they do not have the Reprimand at this point. The Reprimand would be bad. I don't think I can win if they have the Reprimand, so I don't think blocking with the Carapace is correct. I mean, KO won a 2 or 3 RTNs the first week, man. I think you can play KO pretty reasonably, to be honest. Okay, the fact that they were able to flip there is not good for us. I could throw Snatch at the Bologna and just draw an extra card. I like the idea of arsenaling the Snatch, I suppose. Mainly for your local meta. I mean, that makes sense. I get that. Oh. I mean, I think this is as good as it's going to get. We can just get value out of the face purgatory here. And hopefully this is enough to shut down their turn. There's no guarantee, obviously. If I block here and Shelter the Storm, I can block Carapace and Shelter the Storm, and then I can go Snatch for 7. I also have the ability to block with Gone in a Flash and Shelter the Storm, which is probably just better, right? Because the Snatch has potential to draw a card. Man, this game was looking really rough for a minute. We throw Snatch at them and we stare at them. Met you in Ohio last year? You talking to me, Hyper? I know Rob just responded is why I'm asking. I try not to assume that you're talking to me, but went 0-5 on KO, but I think the problem with him is just his consistency because you were so dependent on drawing Blood Rush Bellow. I mean, yeah, like it makes a lot of sense. You need to draw Blood Rush Bellow to like make anything happen. I was like, I have no interest in doing anything here. And then when you go for that, I'm going to play the Lightning Press. I did not play the Lightning Press up front because if... And the Empyrean Rapture here. So take 1. We still draw a card to Arsenal. Yep, so they were able to stop all of it there, but now they're out of AB. Which means this should just be lethal. Unless I'm like going crazy. Drawing into the shock right there was insane. Drawing into the shock right there was insane. What was thrown at me though? We should check. Wartune Herald was for 6. So my turn would have been... We had Arc Lightning and Arsenal. I would have... If this wasn't here, if this was a different 3 block, I would have been able to go... I would have been able to block with Burn Up and Shock, Gone in a Flash to cover 6. And then it would have been... No, I would have blocked with Current Funnel. I would have blocked with the 3 blocking Current Funnel. And then I would have went Arc Lightning into Entwined Lightning Fuse. Or Entwined Light... Nah, I would have just thrown Gone in a Flash. I would have thrown Gone in a Flash because it means that we have the possibility of having like a discharge here. And then I would have made my play. So we had multiple lines there, but drawing into the burn up after we forced Sal's hand really put us in a good spot there. So, man, I did not think we were going to win that game at all. I did not think we were going to win that game at all, dude. Okay, you did me. I just wanted to make sure. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just wanted to make sure. So, well, dude, I really appreciate that, man. I'm going to be honest, based off your YouTube name, I can't like put the name to your face. I do my best to when I meet people, but brother, I enjoy everybody I get to meet and everybody I get to hang out with. The best part of Flesh and Blood, in my opinion, is the people in the community that hang out in the game. So that is by far my favorite part of it, man. Prism, I think I went second. Yeah, we did go second. We got the win. Looked rough for a second, but closed it out with a well-timed Lightning Press and getting their AB off the table. All right. 2-1. Aurora's still feeling pretty good. Looking pretty solid. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. We need some more games. Do you need to enter tournaments with your real name? Yeah, Madik, I have to enter tournaments with my real name. So like in my gym profile, like I have my real name is in my gym profile. Just because it's easier that way. The one time I was on stream and Ethan was nice enough to hook me up with putting Agroblaze 96 up there. So I'm debating going to Nats for side events. I mean, I'll be at Nationals even if I don't qualify, but if I don't qualify, I'll be very sad. Yo, pal, what's up, man? Are you playing Dio at an RTN tomorrow? So it's gonna be shelters, and we're just gonna leave in the usual suspects here. And we'll just try to race them. Going second's kind of nice, but we'll see what happens. Mask of the Pouncing Lynx makes sense. We'll block with second strike here. It was quick and we both went out separate ways. Went our separate ways. I mean, fair enough, man. I get that. I get that. Normally there's a lot going on at events, so there's a lot of people that I meet for like a second here or there, and I completely get that. I completely understand that, brother. No, I listen. Listen. Madik's name got me the first time he joined the chat. You don't have shelters. If you don't have shelters, I would be playing If you don't have shelters, I would be on if you don't have shelters, I would be on Sink Below personally. I would be on Sink Below personally, Hyper. Even though you like card games, is there something you hate about it? For me, it's sleeving my cards. So I have to say the one thing I truly tell people I'm not a fan of when it comes to like card games in general is having to write down deck lists before events. I wish we could do it all online. I wish there was like a way to do it all manually online. I hate doing deck lists before events. It's my least favorite thing to do. Scalpers are also not great. I mean, they do make the game way less fun. I will say that. People just like trying to buy and sell cards at very high prices is not fun. But people are trying to make money, so I get it. Yo, Riku, what's up, dude? How are you, brother? My man said Katsu in this economy. What do you think about Calming Breeze? I mean, I think it's fine. I don't know that I would ever run it over anything else unless I was just trying to play hard Fatigue and I was playing against something like Kadachi's, or if I was playing against something like, oh, yo, what? 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 Was the last attack on the combat chain? Name a card, then this gets the name +2 and go again. That card is really cool, though. I have to say that after I open a case, I also hate putting away my cards. I have these like big 1,500 count boxes that I use to put cards away, but I do thoroughly not enjoy putting my cards away. Yo, Brando, what's up, dude? Fabrari does have a print option. I don't have a printer at my house. Yeah. I don't have a printer at our house. Oh, man. Wait, why does this have go again? Oh, the Quicken token? Yeah, we'll just take 4. I mean, our hand's solid. Our hand's really clean. Like our hand a lot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're in for a ride, boys. Discarding Wax on to Katsu. I mean, I guess I do technically have the ability to face Purgatory them if I'd like to. I could get their last card. Yo, what? Muginchi release. Brother, what is going on over there? So this is just 3 go again. There is no drawing a card. There was no Surging Strike here. So this is going to be for 5 go again, and then he's going to get a new name. Got top 4 with Jarl, but I bought the gold foil from the winner. I mean, hey, man, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Congrats on top 4, dude. Congrats on top 4. You make YouTube and Amazon money? I don't make any Amazon money, but I don't know what that means. There's no Amazon money here. I mean, I think we have to block this, right? We're just gonna block 7 to block over the breaking scales. And then, I mean, there's no Mask of the Pouncing Links here. Like, this feels like a pretty good hand. The real question is, do I want to Arc Lightning this turn? And I think I do. I could Arsenal and try to set up another hand where I have Arc Lightning, but this is probably as good as it's going to get. We have 3 go-again attacks in hand, so... Calming Breeze could be a replacement, like a budget replacement for Shelter. But again, I think you're better off just playing Sink Below at that point. Like if that's your goal, you should just be playing Sink Below. It's just a better card than Calming Breeze, in my opinion. Was the list you played the other day with some modifications? But the gold foil was the... Oh no, you opened the Code of Frost? Dude, Sag. It's so Sag, brother. I felt that. Opening Code of Frost was so depressing. I hated opening my Code of Frost, bro. Oh, I guess. Okay, I guess when you think about it that way, Bezo Bucks, I guess that makes sense. When you think about it that way, Rob, I get what you're saying. I mean, again, man, Second Strike continues to be like one of the worst 0-for-4s I've ever seen so printed ever. Yo, Mekado, what's up, dude? Your friend got second place with Bolton? Yo, Madik, that's cool, dude. That's awesome, man. Turn the headset back on. What if I went... So we didn't go E-Strike draw card earlier. There's not really a great way to make this happen here. We do have snaps, so I kind of think we should just go Static Shock into Activate Aurora Arsenal. I think that's a pretty good hand. I think that's a pretty good play here. And then we can try to go all in next turn. Yeah, opening Code of Frost is so sad, dude. I will say, I do have a cold foil Code of Frost to go with my... gold foil one that Rob was nice enough to send me. I mean, he was trolling me, of course. That's just what Rob does. It's our relationship, I feel like. But was still cool nonetheless. Yo, this is a hand and a half if I've ever seen one, brother. This feels like no blocks to the moon. No blocks to the moon. Guys, thanks for hanging out and being here today. I appreciate it. I know there's a lot of RTNs and probably events going on and stuff like that. I try not to let my weekend streams like overlap too much with, you know, what's going on in the rest of the card world. But regardless, I do appreciate y'all being here and chilling with me today. I was playing this Katsu earlier on Mario. They had a bad day. My man said they had a bad day. So they have a Whelming Gust Wave. Okay. So they have a Quicken Token and a 0-for-3, basically. I have yet to see a Surging Strike. I don't even know if like they're playing Surging Strike. I don't know. They might not even be on Surging Strike. I'm actually really excited to play at my RTN tomorrow. I'm very, very excited to play at my RTN tomorrow. It's going to be the first one of the season that I've been to. And if I don't qualify, then there's probably going to be a lot of... There's probably going to be... Yo, alrighty then. There's probably going to be a lot of me going to... No, he's going to name Surging Strike. Damn it. I mean, I have to commit right now. I have to decide what I want to do with this turn. Sorry, hang on. I have to think for a second. This guarantees that I draw a card next turn. I could very easily go burn up, block, burn up, second strike, and face Purgatory to get their last card out of their hand and not let them draw a card here. Bounce off of a lot of streamers, but you do a good job, and being on YouTube is helpful as I am a boomer. Well, John, that man. Just depends on what his last card is, right? I don't know, because like my hand's very aggressive, and like my hand does a lot of really powerful things, but I feel like I can also do a lot of really powerful things I feel like I can also do a lot of really powerful things with this hand. Shelter's looking pretty good. So right now I'm thinking E-Strike, bottom to Shelter to draw a card. I mean, them naming a card doesn't matter. Oh. So us using the Face Purgatory there was actually really good. Okay, so Dylan, talk to me about Calming Breeze. Earlier, like, we were talking about this earlier. Like, when I say earlier, I mean like 10 minutes ago before you showed up. We were talking about Calming Breeze and, like, its, like, effect on the meta and things like that. And so, like how do you feel about Calming Breeze? Somebody said that it is a replacement. It is like a budget replacement for, like, Shelter the Storm. But I feel like if you're not playing Shelter, you should just be on Sink Below. I don't know. I mean, maybe we put the Snatch on the bottom to draw a card. No, I feel like we need to get aggressive here, to be honest. Yikes. We have a lot of opportunities here to draw cards and, like, do things this turn. I like it better than Shelter, Call Me Crazy. I mean, but Calming Breeze is literally the exact same text box as Shelter, so, like, it's not better, right? It just has less text box. Oh, I guess technically you can discard it from your... You can play it from your arsenal. I gotcha. I'm following. Interesting. So, are we just supposed to, like, mid-turn Arc Lightning? Or are we... We can go Arc Lightning into E-Strike, put the Entwine Lightning on the bottom, draw a card. Or... Drawing that was really interesting. Yeah, it'd be Arc Lightning, put this on the bottom, go E-Strike. Calming Breeze can be played from Arsenal, and I think it's only good for the Flick Knives at the moment. I mean, the fact that it can be played from Arsenal does make it a little bit cooler, I will say. We get to, like, kind of cheat a little bit here and throw the Ravenous Rabble. Drawing into the Ravenous Rabble was actually insane because it gives us the ability to, like, cheat off the top of our deck a little bit here and then throw the Snatch. And I love this because they blocked with their Breaking Scales. It means that if they don't have a defense reaction, this is actually insane. Yeah, they just give us 2 cards. I think that's a very, very wise decision. But yeah, we had another 0 for 4 there. Like, that was just going to be crazy. Discharge on top? You're trying to tech into Assassin, Syndra, and Zen. I think it's great. That's the main purpose for it. Also acts as a blue pitch into Viz. I mean, yeah, I guess it works as, like, a blue to prevent, like, rune chance and things like that. So... with the Discharge on top, it makes me kind of wonder if there's a world we should Arsenal Gone in a Flash. But if we do, I'm not really going to be able to get... This technically forces a card here. We can use Gone in a Flash, play Snaps, Shockwave, fuse with Flittering Charge. If they go to 1, they're dead. And then we know that we have Flittering Charge into Electrostatic Discharge next turn, which is guaranteed go again. And then you're required to give me at minimum 1 more card after you go to 3. And if you give me a 3 block, you go to 2. And then you're at 2 with 2 cards in hand. We're going to Arsenal the Flittering Charge here. I could have snapped. I guess I technically could have, like, used this card. I could have used this to pitch to Starfall and had the ability to take the last card out of their hand. And then my hand would have been Discharge, Lightning Surge for 5 into Lightning Press to end the game, more than likely. Arsenal the Lightning Surge. Yeah, so, I mean, that was... that felt pretty good. I mean, not that I really think I'm going to be seeing Katsu tomorrow at my RTN. You know, I don't really think that's anything that I'll run into, if I'm being honest. We played against Katsu. I think we went second. Yeah, we did go second. And we got the win. CLV drew us multiple cards, had a good purgatory hand into a solid hand for offense. Making the decision to put the shelter from the storm on the bottom was really good there. It really lined up for us there. Yo, Andrew, what's up, dude? Hey, Drew, what's up, man? Aurora is still strong, Riku. I agree. I think Aurora is still one of the better aggro decks in the format right now, wholeheartedly. Katsu needs one or more change the name cards, and I actually think he's in a good spot. So it feels like Katsu is like literally we're just going, oh, just one more card. Like, and I know, like, I'm not even like trying to make fun of you. I'm just being serious. Like, that literally just feels like what we're saying right now. So we are on full combo in this matchup. We do run Grasp, and then we'll good luck, have fun to our opponent. And then I think we just bring in Flicker Wisp, right? Is all we do in this matchup. Yeah. No, we cut Second Strikes and bring in Exudes because it plays very well with what we're trying to do. So Flickers, Exudes, and we leave out Warmongers, we leave out Shelters, and we leave out Second Strikes. Yep. Having to reference my sideboard guide a lot because I've not just been like super duper sweaty lately playing Aurora. So I've been like, I played it at the Battle Hardened a few weeks ago, but like I haven't since then. I've just been playing new heroes and stuff. Yikarunis, big dog. I would rather Arsenal the Arc Lightning. I don't think we're ever in a world where we're playing this when we're looking to try and find combo pieces. So they're going to draw a card. It's unfortunate. It's just how it is what's going to have to happen here. I am very excited for tomorrow. I'm less excited to see a Blue Lightning Surge on top of my deck. But yes, I'm very excited for tomorrow, dude. Yo, you're in gold 1, dude? Let's go, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm in gold 3 right now. I am in gold 3 right now. So we're going to let resolution happen. I'm going to somersault my Rabble here. It is better to pitch the Rabble to Starfall since it is the same thing here. Starfall and Rabble are now both for 2, so it's better to just keep this in the deck for a second cycle attack here, trying to get a little bit more aggressive. Interesting. I'm assuming there's another defense reaction here. I mean, this gets covered up no matter what. Right now, he has one way to do unconditional combo. Flood Draw allows you to draw 2 or 3 cards. I mean, sure, yeah, if you get to do the combo, it's insane, right? I mean, there was a real chance that, like, our opponent was going to, like, that could have, like, they had the combo there, right? They had the whole thing, it looked like, anyway. We're just going to Arsenal. Hopefully we draw into the Flicker. We do not. Big Sag. Big Sag, big Sag, big Sag. I don't really want to block this, but our hand's not doing a lot. Otherwise, it feels like there's going to be another thing incoming here. Maybe we block with the Blue Lightning Surge. I can always block 6 and then throw Exude afterwards, I guess. Depending on what they throw at me. When people say Katsu needs one more card, they mean he needs to be errated into a 5 intellect hero. LOL, Drew. Yeah, thanks, Andrew. I appreciate it, man. I'm super happy that you were able to get to gold 1, dude. I would love to be in gold 1. If we take 9, I can throw 7 and keep the Flicker in my hand, or I can just block 6 and pass. Yeah, I'm just going to throw 7, keep the Flicker, and we're just going to go into next turn. Hopefully there's no major pieces of disruption. I just don't think that that was the hand that we wanted to be able to pop off with. Defense reaction! Alright, hopefully their 2-card hand sucks. Let it be like attack with Spectral Shield and then put another Aura into play or something, please. Step one is complete. I'm not going to block because we might need the value to block with on our equipment here. All right, you know what? It kind of sucks, but I'm going to take it. It is what it is. We're just going to push a ton of damage. Yo, you made it to plat, Drew? Nice, man. So it is Arc Lightning. I have to do the math here on how we want to do this. So it is Arc Lightning, and then it's Flicker Wisp Fuse. Because this is 1 damage, and then this is 4, which is 5. Or this is 2, and then this is 2. So it's better to go Arc Lightning, Arc Lightning. We could also play 1 Arc Lightning in the Flicker Wisp, and then we could Arsenal the other Arc Lightning and try to set up for a bigger combo turn, or another combo turn. But I think we are better off here to just dive in on this hand because it is a ton of damage, and we're going to guarantee clear the board and pretty much take full tempo this turn. We are only clearing the board of 1 Spectral Shield, but... So this is 2 Arcane. And then it's going to be 2 Arcane and 2 Arcane. It's going to be Ravenous Rabble. We hit a Gone in a Flash off the top. Fade Foreseen is fine. This is going to be 4 more Arcane. Oh, they're reds the rest of the way? It's Crack, Ether, Iron Weave for 4 Arcane. Man, wish we would have blocked last turn, but I think we made the correct decision to not block right there. Yo, Diamond is awesome as well. I would be ecstatic to be in Diamond. I can Grasp to make a Rune Chant, 4 Arcane, and then it's going to be... So this would be 5 Arcane total. This would be 2... Yeah, so it's just more value to do this. Creating the Rune Chant here is just so much better. Plus, we have snaps to use with the Gone in a Flash here. Like, we can Arsenal the Gone in the Flash and then use it next turn. I don't know why they didn't use the Tunic here. Okay, our opponent was at 40. They blocked 4 Arcane and 4 Physical, so they blocked 8 and took 27. So this was a 35. We could make it 39-point turn, but I think we're better off to Arsenal here and just wait for next turn. Yeah, you for sure should have blocked with this. I don't think this was ever correct. Don't think this was ever correct. Take 7, go to 18, and then it's going to be Fry, pitch the Lightning Surge to Starfall, and then it's going to be Gone in a Flash, Lightning Press it. We can Arsenal the Lightning Press, or the Flicker Wisp here. Yeah, I don't think this was correct. I mean, they saved themselves 4 more damage, and I get to just keep my full hand here without thinking about any consequences, so I guess, I don't know, they made a decision there. Rune Chant for next turn would be better. I mean, I guess that's fair. There was always a chance that we draw into... excuse me. There was always a chance that we draw into a Channel Lightning Valley, and the Rune Chant on this turn is much more relevant than it would have been last turn. So we could have went Starfall, then activate Grasp, and we're just keeping the Rune Chant for this turn, so we're not really, like, losing any value. I really want to save the Snap for, like, a turn when we might need it here. We need to ban Arc Lightning. Zach is having way too much fun with it. I am a big Arc Lightning fan. I do like Arc Lightning quite a bit. I have never hid from that. I like Arc Lightning. We did not draw the last Dark Lightning, but, you know, beggars and choosers and all that. We do have a really good hand, though. I am going to take 4. I have no interest in blocking the Spectral Shield. I would rather block the follow-up attack here. It's not great, but I could block 6 and then throw 7 at them, or I have the ability to take 6, go to 8, go Entwined Lightning, fuse with a Discharge, Gone in a Flash for 4, snap in the Resolution Step, play Discharge, get this back, throw Starfall, and then come in for 7, and then we can activate Aurora or Grasp there, whatever it feels better that we want to do this turn. I think this is a really good. Hey, Dante, what's up, man? Yeah, that combo turn was really sweet. I hate giving up a combo piece, but I think with them at 4, I think we just have to keep our hand here. I don't think there's a world we can give up our hand. I could reveal the Heaven's Claws. Probably a little bit better to reveal your blue, just so they're aware. Like, I would rather than be aware of the blue, I think. Defense reaction incoming. Sink below. Yep. A card was put on the bottom of the deck. Okay. And then it's going to be Discharge. Or I'm sorry, it's going to be Gone in a Flash. Depending on how they decide to play out this turn, the Rune Chant could be the difference in taking a card versus not taking a card. So we may be looking at using the Rune Chant here. What did I call, Drew? What did I call? Drew, do I need to bring anything for you tomorrow? Like, seriously? Like, actually, I have like some number of the new Bolton cards. I don't know if you were able to get them or not, or if I need to bring them for you tomorrow. Resolution Step, we play this. They are now at 1, and I don't think they can survive from it. Well, no, they haven't transcended. They haven't transcended. Yeah, it was like they were just... That came a little too late there. Came a little too late. So we were going to throw Starfall, activate Grasp, and throw 7. Like, I don't think there was any world they were hanging on there. Oh, called the D-React? The new one from The Hunted? How many do you need? And will you message me the name of it and how many you need so I can look after the stream to see exactly how many I have? I know I have some number of them, but I didn't know how many you needed. And I can always look and see. I can always like ask some of the locals to borrow theirs because I know I'm not the only person who opened a case from this set. I would much rather ask now so I can find out who has them. We played against an Enigma. Ooh, we're going to go second in the mirror. I am going to go ahead and finish filling out my thing here. We did go second against Enigma. We did get a win. Combo with double arc and flicker on turn 4 was enough to run them over. We had a 39-point turn 4 that we turned into a 35-point turn and just decided to block a little bit. I really like Face Purgatory in this matchup. It can be very good. I've heard a couple of people tell me that they think Crown of Providence is just better. But I do really like playing Face Purgatory in this matchup, and we can just try to get some value with it. Are the blue lightning surges for Aurora, for like Aurora and Starfall? Yeah, so I'm currently on 6. Sorry, I think I'm just going to give shelter here. I am currently on 6 or 9 main deck blues. 6 of them block for 3. And the 3 lightning surges. So I like blue lightning surge because 1, it blocks, Sigil of Lightning does not. And I also really like that. I also really like that you can Arsenal it. And it is a lightning starter from Arsenal, so it adds a lot of consistency to my deck, which I like a lot. And if I have to block 5 here, I will. So this is technically better because it allows me to... What did they reveal? They have a flittering charge they're going to arsenal. So we're going to take 1 down to 39, which is fine. Like, this is not the end of the world. This is a... We played this hand as well as we could, I think. The defense reaction on turn 0 looked pretty good. I mean, yeah, we're just going to play out our hand. They do not have AB1, so blocking Arc Lightning is not really on the table for them. I have played a handful of Aurora mirrors really since she's came out, and a lot of people run snaps into you. And I'm going to be honest, I don't understand it. I actually played in round 6 of Battle Hardened Memphis. I played the Aurora mirror, and they were running snaps over Lightning Greaves, and I was very surprised to see it. I don't know. Like, I don't know if people just figured out something I haven't, or like what the deal is, but I think it's wildly incorrect, personally. I am going to... We're going to deal damage to them to put them to 38. I'm going to throw the Starfall for 2 Go Again and 1 Arcane, and then I'm going to activate Grasp to set up a Rune Chant for next turn and Arsenal Shelter here. But yeah, Hyper, I really like the consistency that Blue Lightning Surge offers. Plus, it's a card that blocks, and the other cards that we were playing do not block. I'm a really big fan of playing Current Funnel and Heaven's Claws. I don't think there's another Blue Lightning 3-block that you can slide into the deck very efficiently anyway. A lot of people have started playing Warmongers in the main over like the other blues, but I want all of my blues. I want all of my blues to be able to keep Channel Lightning Valley around, because I think it's extremely inefficient in your deck if you are not able to keep Channel Lightning Valley with all of your blues. It just feels way too bad to me. But with how popular Viscerai and it appears that Azalea is picking up, it feels like maybe that's what I should be doing. I don't know. I don't know. So I really like this hand. We can block with Shelter, and then we can pitch the Gone in a Flash to Starfall, play Channel Lightning Valley. I'm going to say no blocks here. We'll see if you have the channel. I'm assuming since you kept your entire hand, you have channel. Yeah, I mean, I'll take 4 here. I can use the Shelter to block what I want now. This is fine. Yeah, man, happy to help. Happy to answer any questions that I can. I know that my list is different from a lot of people's, so I like to answer questions where I can and try to help add some, notes around things that I do in my decision making and my process. I have decided that I'm going to play 3 Second Strikes tomorrow and 1 Fry instead of 2 and 2, which is what I have been on in the past. Yeah, see again, Sigil of Lightning. I do not like that card. But I do really like 3 Second Strikes. Like, don't get me wrong, I hate the card, but I think it's just the best thing we can be doing at this point. I actually just think it's the best thing we can be doing. Activate Aurora. I'm going to give the Shelter here. I know that this is just like 4 points that we're blocking. We're not blocking Irrelevant on hit effect, and they do have an Arc Lightning next turn. But I still think... I still like this. I'm curious to see what we draw off the Carapace here. Or I'm sorry, what we draw off the Channel Lightning Valley. We draw another Channel Lightning Valley. It's honestly not bad. We can go Discharge into Snatch for 7. And then we can either Arsenal the Channel Lightning Valley, or we can pitch it to Aurora and then Arsenal whatever we draw. It depends on what we draw into here. I added CNC for Prism. I know a lot of people who have liked the idea of playing CNC in the sideboard, because you play some number of blues. You play generally enough blues that can support it, so it doesn't seem as bad. I was having this conversation the other night with the idea of, I really like, we were talking about this the other night. I kind of like the concept of playing Freewheeling Renegades in the sideboard as poppers, when what Cusco was talking about. In Aurora, it works really well too, because it's just a 1 for 6. But it pops. If you're really looking, if you have poppers in the sideboard and they are just for Prism, I think I would tell you that you would be better off to play like 3 for 7s or something. Less opportunities to ask your opponent if they want fries with that. Yeah, see, Rob gets it. Rob gets it. It has nothing to do with consistency. It's really all just a facade. I just want to ask my opponent if they would like fries with that. It's really all it is. I'm going to go ahead and pitch the Channel Lightning Valley, and we'll Arsenal the Arc Lightning. I'm going to put Channel in the bottom first, and then Arsenal the Arc Lightning, and we'll just set up for next turn. This hand feels bananas. Yeah, this hand feels really good. It's Arc Lightning to draw a card, and then E-Strike puts something on the bottom. More than likely, the Lightning Press. We may end up blocking a little bit here, depending on what they do. They have kept all of their cards every single turn so far. Like, again, my gut tells me that they have a channel, but they've also kept 4-card hands the last 2 turns and not done anything with them. I mean, they've done stuff, but it's not been that impressive, so I'm just going to say no blocks here. They'll have the channel this time. Yo, what's up, Dave? My brother is currently in top 4 with the horse. Yo, let's go, dude. I love to hear that your brother's doing well, and I love to hear that Victor's doing well, man. I love that. I love that. What's he playing in top 4, Dave? What's he playing against? Okay. Sigil of Solace is also, like, an interesting tech card that a lot of people run. I don't like it personally, but we're just adding more cards to our deck that do not block, and I hate that personally. We're going to say no blocks, take 4. Also, like, I'm pretty sure they have an Arc Lightning. So it's just going to be 4 and a 4. We'll probably block the last one with Grasp and Carapace just to save some life. We are down 11 points. I mean, I guess technically if it's Snap into... Yeah, we'll go to 14. If it's Snap into, like, Snatch, it feels really bad. I would rather just play it out this way. We easily have a 15-point hand here. And we have all of our equipment to bail us out. I'm not a fan of Sigil in Aurora. I don't think it fits very well into the deck. He won the Victor Mirror, but he's either against Viz or Kano, which will be... Ooh, yeah, those are tough, man. Are you saying that's what he'll play against in top 4, Dave? That he'll play against either Kano or Viserai? Is that what you mean? I mean, my gut tells me we should just draw a card and put Lightning Press on the bottom. Because we have a hand that works no matter what. The other blue Heaven's Claws is really not great. I mean, I guess it's fine, right? Just allows us to push more damage here. So it's going to be Starfall for 2 go again and 1 Arcane. We're just going to... I mean, I guess it's fine, right? We get to keep the channel with the other Heaven's Claws. So it's fine. Not great, but it's fine. I think we're going to activate Aurora just so that we can keep the value train going this turn. And then it's going to be... 4 and 1 Arcane go again. The Arcane puts them down to 18, and then this is 4 go again, 1 Arcane on the back end. This puts them to 13. Grasp makes a Rune Chant, puts them to 12. And we have a Rune Chant floating now. And then this is going to be 4. And so they're going to go to 11 off the Rune Chant, and it's going to be 4 physical. So if they don't block this, they go to 7. And then we have our turn. On their turn, we have a ton of equipment we can throw in front of stuff. And we're currently up 7 points with a channel going into their turn. This also lines up really well. The Burn Up and Shock is just super clean. That sucks. This is like the first hand we haven't had a blue in. We're just going to have to take this and give him a card, I think. One of the two. Yeah. I mean, that's tough that he's running into that in top 4. He definitely has a better chance against the Viserai, I would say, than he does the... It's a better chance against the Viserai than he does against the Kano, more than likely. Unless the Kano's, like, like midish and they don't have and like your brother has like AV3 and respites, which I can't imagine is the case, but you never know. I kind of want to keep Burn Up and Shock, right? Because it's like guaranteed go again, or it's like guaranteed draw for next turn. But also, if I can face Purgatory them, I will. Now if we go to 11. He has AB1 because he couldn't see it winning regardless. I mean, yeah, like you definitely have a better chance. We'll see if we can get him here. We're going to draw a card, which means we have an opportunity to make things happen. Lightning Press is actually fine with me because it doesn't do anything. So this hand's actually really clean. This hand's actually really good because we can go Flittering Charge, Somersault it back, and then he's either going to activate Grasp, which is the correct play. Activating Grasp gives you a Rune Chant for next turn and deals me an extra damage. Activating Aurora when you have snaps available and we're like both at like single digit life totals basically is not correct in any way, in my opinion. I like my opponent's play a lot better right there. So it's Flittering Charge. On hit, draw a card, Somersault it back, E-Strike for 7. I love that in 2 hours, we've almost played 6 games. Like, we played 5 games and almost a 6th, and I really like that. I cannot imagine that this is the correct play at all. Cannot imagine this is correct in any way. Like, unless there's a defense reaction. Yeah, so now you've taken damage, turned on my second strike. Yeah, my opponent has made what I would call a lot of suboptimal decisions this game. Kind of feels like they've made a lot of suboptimal decisions almost from like the point of sideboarding. 5 forces 1 card. They block 3. 7 could just kill them. 7 could just kill them. It is correct to throw 7 here almost every time, I would say. Well, our opponent goes to 2. And then I get to block with Lightning Surge. Or actually, this is literally only for 1. Wow, this is like almost sad how good like our turn was in comparison to theirs. Now it's going to be Flittering Charge for 4. We're going to play the Lightning Press, which is going to give it the buff that probably wins the game and also gives us go again into Static Shock. Yo, Waves, what's up, dude? This is still the 2 points that just ends the game. Yep, good game. Yeah, I mean, we went 10, 10, 22, and 15, which is really good. And they went 13, 16, 16. Yeah, we just, like, our big turn was 6 points better than theirs, and I think that put us in the driver's seat. I don't know. We did a lot of, like, trading back and forth, but my hands were... I feel like my hands were way more efficient than theirs were. We had a lot of, like, really powerful hands that were just... They blocked efficiently and did all the things we wanted them to do, so... Aurora, I did go second, right? Or no, did I go first? I think I went second. I'd have to go back and look, but I think I went second. My big turn was 22 versus theirs was 16. Well-timed D-Reacts got us a lot of value. All right. We are rolling, rolling, rolling. Our only loss today has been to Fang. We won a couple of games kind of like back from the dead, I would say, that I was not expecting to win, so... Stuck working that OT. Oh, dude, I'm sorry you stuck working overtime, man. I appreciate you coming by, though, and hanging out, man, on your break, though. Means a lot, brother. Yeah, we're going to go second against this. I think this is perfectly fine. Face Purgatory, I guess, is probably still just correct. We're just bringing in Shelters in this matchup. And then we want Snaps, Carapace, Grasp, and we want Face Purgatory, I think. Yeah. I think that's just a better play. There's not really... I'm trying to think. They could have some like breaking points and stuff that we could use Crown for. Actually, because they're probably running breaking points, we're going to bring in Crown. I think that's correct. Yeah. Yeah, see, I love... Dave got there like just a second before I did. I love it. I love it. Dave gets it. Hopping back into the game after a break. What are your thoughts between them? So, Babar, I'm going to be honest. I really like both of them. I'm a really big fan of both Aurora and Syndra. I think they're both doing really well in the metagame. Aurora has in my opinion, an overall better matchup spread. So I am more interested in playing Aurora if you have the option. But Syndra is also very, very powerful. Syndra is very, very powerful. So... I got hit by 2 breaking points in 3 turns yesterday. So it's fresh on the mind, my man said. I like it. I like it. I'm just going to put in Channel Lightning Valley. Like, it's the best turn 0 we could have. Man. This hand's awkward. Are we using Snaps already? Like, is that just actually where we're at? Because I could go Flittering Charge and to play the Lightning Press, and then there's no guarantee I have a Lightning card off the top to be able to keep my Starfall. I could go E-Strike, put Static Shock on the bottom, and name Draw Card. Yeah, I guess we'll just get aggressive with Snaps here. It's one way to do it. That is one way to do it. Like, they probably have... I'm guessing they have at least 6 defense reactions against us in this matchup. We are going to Snap. I am going to Lightning Press. Just want to come over the top here if I can. They do not have the defense reaction to cover that up. We're going to pitch the Starfall. Or I'm sorry, we're going to pitch the Flittering Charge to Starfall. And then I'm going to throw Snatch at my opponent. Maybe we get a bad block here because they're worried about what we're going to be able to do. Nope, they just take it and give us a card. Blue. Dang. Well, we did have to get aggressive there, but I still think it's okay. We're able to keep the channel around for another turn. We can Arsenal the E-Strike here and have a good utility turn. Yo. This hand's insane. This hand's insane. Not blocking either of the daggers here. They could mask us here this turn. Like, it is very, very possible that they hit us with mask. I'm actually just going to block this and Shelter. I was going to try and keep the Shelter. I probably could have just discarded the Shelter here. I blocked 3 with the Shelter the Storm, or... Man, yeah, it would have been really good. It would have been really good to have just discarded the Shelter. I think that's something I've got to consider more often when I'm playing against Syndra is, do I want to be discarding? I think I need to be doing that more often. It's not something I'm considering regularly enough. Coming in for 10 means we're almost going to guarantee that we get the value off of Channel Lightning Valley this turn. Even if we do draw into a blue lightning card here, we're not going to be able to keep the channel, but I think that's okay. I don't really know why they did that on my turn. Guess they have 2 blues in their hand. Yeah, I'm just gonna Arsenal the Entwined Lightning. It's a good card. Wow, this hand's so good. This hand is so good. If I block the Kunai here, I mean, honestly, I might just be willing to give a mask here. Especially blocking one card on Chain Link 2. I'm always so skeptical. I'm always so skeptical of discarding Shelter because like my list doesn't play blues and I'm not looking to throw daggers as often as I can. So I don't know. I'm really hung up there. I mean, we can just block 3, right? Like it's just worth to block 3 and keep my hand. No! Sag. I mean, I guess you can do it just to, like, even if you're discarding, even when they're not throwing daggers, you still have the ability to just, like, block efficiently throughout the turn. That's true, and it does turn off Flick Knives. Yeah, we'll take 2, that's fine. We're going to try discarding more regularly. I'm going to try discarding Shelter more regularly. I've not been doing it very well. God, I don't, man, like, my right hand is freezing. I don't know why. They do have Arcane Barrier. I don't think it's going to matter, but they do have Arcane Barrier. Yeah, you're forced to pitch a card, and then it is Entwined Lightning fused with a Somersault. We're not going to activate Grasp this turn just because... interesting. We're not going to activate Grasp because they do have the resource floating from pitching the Brand. Delio. Don't have that all you got, man. That would be so bad for us here. Oh, they're giving us Mask. Wow. Actually, I take that back. Sorry, opponent. I'd like to undo that. If they say no, that's okay. I think I want to activate Grasp for next turn. So we're going to activate Grasp, and we're just going to pass. This is actually really okay with me. They gave up a lot of their defensive tools here, so... Yeah, and then they decide they want to give this up. Yo! Drawing the Somersault is so broken. Oh! Yes! I agree. They are valuing the draw off the CLV too highly. This is an aggro matchup and you want to race. Man, drawing that Somersault was insane. Insane. I am going to activate Aurora here and throw the Snatch, just because there's a pretty good chance we draw into something we can throw at them off the top of the deck, or it forces them into blocking with something. If they had a defense reaction, they might have tried to block this turn. Technically, we could double pitch to Grasp to keep this around. I mean, we're up 28-6. They don't have Mask. I kind of don't hate it. I kind of don't hate this. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this play. Because I don't know. That's it's an interesting decision point that we had there. When the deck is doing what it's supposed to do. The deck is humming on all cylinders right now. It is feeling really good this game for sure. Yeah, like exactly. Without Mask, they aren't scary. I don't even think I care about this, do I? I mean, they can still do a lot of damage and like run me over, but I really just don't think it's gonna matter. When we're at 28 and we have a hand like this, I think we can just keep it and just get aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. I mean, sure. You're gonna flick and then you're gonna act it. Yo. Pazzerino, big dog. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. We're going to go to 10. They're going to flick, and then they're going to activate Syndra. I'm sorry, we're going to go to 9 because of the flick knife. So they did have a pretty good turn. My man said a stream just before midnight. What's up, Bruno? How are you, buddy? I am happy that I'm able to stream at a different time for you as well, brother. I know that that's like I know that that's a tricky thing for a lot of people. Is that like my time zone doesn't always line up for people to be able to watch. So I know that can be tough. But I'm glad you're able to chill and hang out with us. So we were going to draw into Heaven's Claws, which means it was going to be Ravenous Rabble, pitch our blue for Starfall, and then it would have been throw Gone in a Flash, activate Aurora and Arsenal, and then we would have had E-Strike, Shockwave, Second Strike, Channel. Yeah, we had a really good hand. Yeah, that was looking really clean. Aurora's feeling really good today. 6-1. We're running hot right now. Hopefully we don't waste it all for tomorrow. Only thing I would have done different is the turn you made a rune chant, I would have done Aurora. Then this turn you would have embodiment still. I mean, hang on a second. Yo, Blades, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. Guys, if you're hanging out with us for the first time or you're new to the channel, whatever your story is, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when you're here for the first time. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourself in the chat. I would love to get to know you guys. So setting the rune chain up for the following turn, like that last turn, like just pretty much like with the CLV in play. Well, wait a second. No, we couldn't Aurora. We had already Aurora'd. So we Aurora'd so that we could throw the snatch and have go again. With like we could have go again on the snatch there, so we didn't have the ability to Aurora on that last turn, Dave. We'd already done it to be more aggressive there. So unless you mean that you wouldn't have done it when I did and you would have waited to do it at a different time, and then like I get what you're saying then. Let's see. We played against Syndra. We did go second. We got the win. Opponent valued CLV too highly and fell behind trying to deny card advantage. I was created big enough life lead to no blocks and close it out. That one was a little bit longer there. We had a few more notes on that one than we normally do, but that's all right. That's why we put them in there so that we can look at them later. The turn before that, where you undid and did the rune chant, it was strong still as you had CLV up, but I always play safe to try not to brick. I mean, I get that, David. In a situation where we're probably so far ahead, it's probably better just to play to the idea of not bricking there. Having the embodiment does make that easier, so it's probably a safer play at that point in time, which means we probably should have just went for it. I wasn't in a situation where my back was against the wall and I was forced to make a rune chant to try and win the game, so that makes sense. Yeah, my RTN will not be streamed, Bruno. It will not be streamed. I have considered trying to take my setup from my house to some of our local shops when they get RTNs and ProQuest and stuff and stream it. But it would really mean that I would not be playing in the RTN of the ProQuest, and that makes me sad. So that's really why it doesn't happen very often. We just got this baller butterscotch pudding in the cafe now. Yo, I love butterscotch pudding. I'm not even joking. Like, I swear to God, I'm not trolling you. You can ask Carly. Butterscotch pudding is one of my favorite desserts in the world. I love butterscotch pudding. Carly makes it for me every now and again. I mean, I'm a grown man. I could make my own pudding if I wanted to, but like, I don't know. Anyway, Carly's nice enough to make it for me sometimes. So Waves, I get it, dude. I get it. Butterscotch pudding slaps. Slaps. I haven't played against Event Set in a while. We always go first in this matchup. Carapace, Grasp, Face Purgatory, Lightning Greaves, and we're going to bring in the Warmonger's Diplomacies. Warmonger's Diplomacies just kind of help us like add value in this matchup when our opponent's looking to set up a big hand. All right. Let's see. 2-15. We're playing against old Vinny Boy. We are going first, and we'll see if we can get some value going this turn. Uh-oh. Andy's playing Dota 2. Weeb. Just kidding. I like Andy. He's cool. So I like the idea of throwing Gone in a Flash and then over pitching to Aurora here on turn 0. It does give them the ability to try and play like a reduced to Rune Chant or something, which would feel bad, but I still think we need to set up a little bit on our turn here. When I went to Scotland last, I got butterscotch ice cream. Ooh, butterscotch ice cream sounds really good. I don't think I've ever had that. I don't think I've ever had butterscotch ice cream, but I gotta tell you, that sounds good. I am going to overpitch to activate Aurora, and we're just going to arsenal the Snatch and try to set up with a good 5-card hand. There was an argument there to potentially keep the Lightning Press there. Our hand would have been Press, Valley, Surge. Yeah, our hand would have been fine. Uh-oh. No Deadwood Dirge. No Deadwood Dirge. No Deadwood Dirge. Leave me alone. Get away from me. Yes. Dude, I love lemon ice cream. Ooh, I've never had lemon ice cream, I don't think. Oh, no, I have had lemon ice cream. So Carly and I really like ice cream. Like, Carly and I are dessert people. We love desserts. And we get, there's a place that makes gelato near us that we go to quite a bit. We also have like a place called Freddy's. It's like a fast food place, and they make custard that Carly really likes. So we eat a lot of ice cream. I understand. I eat a lot of ice cream. Vin is what I'm taking to my RTNs. How do I find this matchup? I mean, I think it's I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I really think that the power of Vincent is like, you have a more powerful deck playing Vincent than I do playing Aurora, in my opinion. With that in mind, it is all about how you play the matchup. I have played against good Vincents that have like really made me sweat, and I've played against some Vincents when I've just had it. Like, I've just had it, and that's just been that. I mean, so I don't know, man. Like, I think that Vincent is a very skill-intensive deck, and if you are not, like, yeah, I mean, Vincent's a very skill-intensive deck. So if you feel comfortable with Vincent, I would tell you that I think you have a good shot. But I don't know, it's tough. A good time Warmongers can just win me the race, though, right? Banana ice cream. Ooh, I've never had that either. You guys are, man, I tell y'all, every time we start talking about food, I just continue to realize y'all are my people. Just continue to realize y'all are my people, bro. Every time we talk about food. It's kind of funny. Before Carly and I started dating, I wasn't even really a big dessert person. Like, I didn't need a lot of desserts. Like, we always had sweet stuff in the house, but like, we never went out for ice cream and cake. Like, we always had like the little Debbie cakes and stuff like that at home. But like, now Carly and I go out for ice cream after dinner all the time. Carly has turned me into a ice cream junkie, and I don't think it's a bad thing. Carly's improved my life in a billion ways. Ice cream is just one thing on the list, dude. Best dessert, in my opinion, is strawberry and banana cheesecake. All right, so I'm gonna get a lot of unpopular opinions here. I do not like cheesecake. I do not like cheesecake. I know that's the deal breaker for a lot of people. I understand if you guys unfollow. Vincent is a bit like Ocilio, skill intensive, and the deck can fight you. Yeah, for sure. So he's going to use Cole to take a card out of my hand here. I mean, I went for the Rune Chant play because I really like the idea of arsenaling the Lightning Surge. So now I'm going to hope that it lines up. I'm going to hope that our hand is good next turn, that we have Go again in our hand. We're going to take both the Rune Chants. I think I'm just going to take 6. I think I'm just going to take 6 here. If you smoke ribs, smoke them for 4 hours, pull them out, spray them with a mixture of red wine vinegar and apple juice, throw them back on the smoker until they're cooked. Huh. My man said you don't like cheesecake. Unsub. Listen, that's the opinion I was expecting a lot of people to have, if you want the truth. Like, I know that people love cheesecake. And cheesecake just ain't it for me, man. I don't know. I don't get it either. Was torn between Vincent and Aurora, to be honest. I'm sticking with Vin because, like you said, the power of Vin. Yeah, like, Vincent is a very, very powerful deck. Extremely powerful deck. I hear what you're saying. What are these draws, bro? What are those? Kind of wish we could have just played the Arc Lightning this turn. I mean, we did play the Warmongers last turn, so I understand why we can't, but God, I wish we could. I always leave my Warmongers, like, out on the table for people to see, because I don't want there to be any, like, questions. This is going to sound really weird, but I think we're going to pitch the Arc Lightning here. I think we're going to value having 2 channels next turn over having the Arc Lightning. Really like this hand a lot. Once I go to Italy and I have cheesecake, we will come back to this conversation, Bruno. That's fair. If you hate no bakes, then we're going to scrap. Dude, no bakes, I would like run over. I would drive across 6 lanes of traffic without looking to get to no bakes. No bakes and the Krispy Kreme Hot Light, fam. The Hot Light at Krispy Kreme. Love Hot Light donuts, dude. Yeah, because we have the embodiment, like, it's not as correct. It's not as big of a deal, and I really like that. That's my decision making there. So we have the ability to activate Face Purgatory here and try to make my opponent's hand worse. My opponent could also just not care. If I block Burn Up and Static Shock and Face Purgatory here, we also have double Channel Lightning Valley here. I don't know. I can also save the Channel Lightning Valley for another turn. Beware of the yellow rabble. Swear. I'm never going to live that down as long as I breathe, dude. It's my man Bruno in the stream. I hate playing against Vincent. 3 cards in hand could be Succumb, another attack. Or it could be lull, Vin things. I mean, yeah, no, I agree. This feels like Rabble or Revel is what I'm guessing here. Probably going to be the Annihilation if I had to guess. Actually, there's a lot of things they could do here. They can go Deathly Well. Or I'm sorry, yeah, they can go Deathly Well. And then we've both lost life this turn, so we would make 2 Rune Chants. This turn's actually going to be insane. I'm literally just going to block everything. My opponent's hand is really powerful, and I would have to fall down to like 7 to be able to keep 2 cards here. We can block 3 Rune Chants or 2 physical, and I would rather make this play. I'm just going to go 2-13. We're down 7, or I'm sorry, we're down 6 technically. I am going to lose my channel, but I get to keep my embodiment, and I still have a channel in Arsenal here, so Oh, Drew, don't be scared for tomorrow. You've got some justice coming tomorrow, man. I'm telling you. You're due for one against me, brother. We're gonna play in top 4 after we both get our invite, because that would be the ideal situation. And then you're just gonna rickroll me and take home the gold tomorrow. And because I'm your best friend in the whole world, I'm gonna be so proud of you. Actually, Trent's your best friend in the whole world. Damn. We're just going to take 4 here. The somersault is basically just an extra 4 points on offense, or we could have blocked 5, and I think I'd rather have the offense at this point in time. So it's going to be Flittering Charge. If they do give Purgatory here, it's actually a blowout. And I love that we get to wait until resolution. I mean, yeah. The sync is good, but this is we still have the lightning press to come over the top. So we're gonna draw a card in resolution. We're still going to somersault. I can throw Starfall and Heaven's Claws and then arsenal this if I want to, which is 5. Or I have the ability to activate Grasp, throw Starfall, and then I can always... I could just keep a blue for next turn if I wanted to. We'll see what happens here. I don't know. What hero would I recommend for a new player? Lucas, that's a great question. Have you ever played other card games before? I guess it depends on like what kind of heroes you like. There are a lot of heroes in the game right now that are really interesting. If you're looking for a good aggro deck, I think the best 2 aggro decks in the game right now are Aurora and Syndra, but they're both very complicated when it comes to sequencing. A good deck that teaches you a lot about how to block and how to, like, you know, use cards in your life to your advantage is Jarl or Victor. Both of the Guardians, I think, have a good have like a good like mid-rangey game plan. I don't hate the idea of like starting on Ira. That doesn't seem bad either. We're just going to go ahead and do both. I'm going to arsenal the Flittering Charge, and then we're going to have to play around the Face Purgatory next turn. It's inevitable. You like Esper Control and Magic? I'm trying to think of like... So Control doesn't really like super like translate easily, but if I had to pick something that I would say would fit well into like a Control deck, would probably be Jarl or New. New is a really good hero. She's an assassin, and she's very based around disruption and like trying to take cards out of your opponent's hand or like shutting down their arsenal and things like that. So I think that could be a really good place to start if that's something you wanted to do. Pitch Lightning Surge to the Rune Chance. I think we're at a point in time where we're probably trying to block. Gonna activate creepers? No, just passing. Okay? So again, just Vincent things here, just them kind of not doing anything. So Rune Chant, when they have AB2, is really solid because this is a lightning card that turns on our turn, and it has go again because of the embodiment of lightning. We don't have to worry about it. Part of me almost wants to play the Wormmongers here, but I don't know. Dash AO is a really good hero, but she's very complex, so I would probably try to stay away from that one to start. I don't know that I would start on Enigma, if I'm being honest, Valk. That one scares me a little bit there. There are a handful of good decks that have like good control, like agencies through their class, I would say. But one thing that I would be careful about, Lucas, is like some things can be a little expensive. Like when we start talking about certain classes and certain heroes, some things are really expensive. So that is something to keep in mind. Do I want to throw the Snatch here? I think we're going to throw Snatch, and then I'm going to activate Aurora and Arsenal the Flittering Charge here. Not rich enough for Marvel sigils, though. I mean, I get that, dude. Marvel stuff is expensive. It's very expensive. This is the second time my opponent has gotten me with this card and just made me get rid of my last card instead of arsenaling it. Now, I mean, depending on what's in their arsenal, they may not even have the chance to, like, play... Oh, no, they have the Eulogy, so they can do something. We're just going to E-Strike for 7 on our turn. So if I pitch Lightning Surge to block the AB here, I can block Burn Up, and I actually like the idea of blocking Rabble and Carapace to block 4, and then E-Strike for 7. I like E-Strike for 7 here. So pal, like I understand what you're saying. One, I think you're selling yourself short. But I understand what you're saying. I don't like, my counter argument to that is that new players, when you start playing Flesh and Blood, you need to understand the fundamentals of Flesh and Blood before you start playing like off the top of your deck and doing all these like other like things with action points and cranking items. I think it is best to play like a ninja. Like Ira is a great example. I would say KO is a really good example of a great deck to start on. Guardian is a really good class to start on because it teaches you the fundamentals of attacking and blocking. And then from there you get to add to it, is what I would say, pal. I have Marvel, Rainbow Foil, and Non-Foil Codex. I feel obligated to play Assassin, but I think I can't get enough reps for RTN. Is your RTN tomorrow? RTN tomorrow, Bruno? Because, I mean, learning how to play Assassin in one day seems like a tricky bill. The KO Armory deck is probably the best place to start. Lucas, if you're still hanging out, if you're not, I understand. But if you are, I think the best place to start is probably the KO Armory deck. Like, I completely agree. Is there any world I'm just supposed to take 5? They would gain a life. So I would go to 3, they would go to 5, and then it would be Rabble, Somersault. I actually really like this play. I do think I'm going to block like this. Yeah, that's probably wrong, actually. I don't want them to be able to, like, unpreventable damage me or some nonsense. So they create a rune chant, go to 5. And then our hand is great because it plays around. It plays around their face purgatory. Hitting a red off the top. Value Town. You love to see it. You think KO over Azalea? As a deck to learn the game? Yes. Do I think that KO is better than Azalea? I don't know. But I would say that playing KO, like the KO Armory deck, is a great deck to teach you how to play the game. 100%. We're going to Somersault. We're going to Discharge. We're going to come in for 7. And now they might be in a situation where they have to use Purgatory and just not get the value. Of course, to be fair, they weren't going to get the value out of Purgatory anyway there. I'm still watching. I'm enjoying all the tips. Yeah, Lucas, happy to help, man. I'm happy to help. And I enjoy that everybody else is like kind of chiming in too, because you're getting more than just my opinion. And that's one thing I really like about the Flesh and Blood community, bro. Like everybody's awesome. Like everybody's really easy to talk to and get along with. So it's a lot of fun to sit and chat with everybody. Take 2 Rune Chance, go to 3. The Rune Chance put us to 3, and then we block with Gone in a Flash. So we could technically block with Lightning Surge and go to 1, and then we could like have the whole like Arc Lightning, Gone in a Flash, like Lightning press it back to our hand play. But if they block with Purgatory, we no longer have a window where we can do our play. So going Arc Lightning into Lightning Surge into play the Lightning Press is just better. Plus it's 1 point of defensive value. It's the same amount of offensive value if our opponent... Wait, aren't they just dead? I'm a boob. I'm a boob. They're just dead. That's why we made this play. LOL, dude. Victor's a really good deck to start, although it's quite expensive. It's quite expensive. Victor is an expensive hero, but a very good place to start. I also don't think he's in an awful spot in the meta. I actually don't think that Victor's in a really bad spot in the metagame either. Nu is your scariest thing. I am more scared of Nu as Victor than I am Enigma or Viserai. Which I think a lot of people would disagree with, but... Now I'm scared that they're not dead because they're not going to die to the Arc Lightning. Oh no, okay. Interesting. I assume they had something. Oh, they were probably trying to draw into like a Haunting Rendition effect is probably what they were looking for, to like discard and get some value to be able to prevent the damage. It actually would have made them a Rune Chant. Man, that would have been bonkers. Would have been really good for them right there if they had drawn into it. We did get a win. Good offense put us ahead late. We used our blues and defensive, I cannot type, and defensive somersaults to let us keep our lead and force them into awkward hands. All right. Well, we're rolling pretty hot right now. I mean, 7-1's a pretty good day. It's not a bad day in the office. It's not a bad day in the office at all. Wait, what is Drew yelling about? Bolton does have an armory deck. I still think that KO is the easiest one to understand and start with, though. We're going to bring in Flickers, we're going to bring in Exudes, and we're going to cut Second Strikes. And then we're going to... Yeah, it's Second Strikes, I think is what I cut. Hang on, let me reference the sideboard guide. I think it's what we did earlier. Yeah, we cut Second Strikes, makes sense. And then we're just going to try and get aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Draw the combo. Wow. You'll love to see it. I certainly tilt a little bit more playing against Nu. I mean, yeah, I think Nu is a deck that feels bad to lose to. 100%. Victor is kind of a skill check in most matchups, right? Yeah, I agree. Like if you're talking about playing Victor, I think that playing Victor is like it really tests your knowledge base. If you're talking about playing against Victor, a lot of times it is, do you know how to beat decks that block very efficiently? And a lot of people don't, to be honest. There are a lot of people in the world who do not know how to do that. We could have just blocked with Ironweave there and just went for it all. I don't think that's correct. Oh, no. I mean, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. We don't take any damage. No, wait, we do. We take 1 because they did that in Resolution, which is the best way to do it. So this hand's like crazy. We're going to attack with Starfall. We're going to attack with Starfall. We're going to play the Channel Lightning Valley. We're going to activate Grasp, and we're going to Arsenal the Flicker Wisp. They're probably going to block with 1 card, because I would. This is the skill check in Aurora. Just draw the combo and force them to beat you. Oh, I like that. I like the way you think. Yep. I assume they will let the Restless Coalescence go here. That's what I would do if I were them. And then we're going to activate this, and we're going to Arsenal the Flicker Wisp and pass. We're just going to try to set up a really powerful 5-card hand and just go ham. Wish we had a blue, but you know, beggars and choosers and all that. I mean, yeah, I just realized we drew another Flicker Wisp. Ah, sorry. This hand's about to be really good. Brood stuff is really cheap right now. I have to make sure that we do this correctly. So it's going to be Arc Lightning for 1. One combo Aurora in most matchups, trying to either block well until you get it or pressure them. Imperial Seal of Command goes hard. I can see Imperial Seal of Command doing really well. I don't think that combo Aurora is the correct play into like a lot of matchups. I think it's actually very seldomly correct to play, but that's from personal experience and my testing with the deck. It's possible that the matchup has changed, like the meta has changed enough to where you just need the value into a lot of matchups that way. I don't know. I could be wrong. We draw into the blue. So this is going to be 3 and then 3. I don't even know if I want to play tomorrow now. I'm just running out all of my luck right now. So it's going to be both sides of Burn Up and Shock, which is going to be 3 arcane damage into 3 arcane damage because it has Go again. It's going to be Ravenous Rabble. The Rune Chant connects, puts them to 25, more than likely. And then we have a Lightning Surge on top, which is a great arsenal target. Defense reaction incoming. Yep. It's like almost assuredly. Mask is the only thing stopping you from fatiguing New. If you're talking about playing Victor, I entirely agree. That is single-handedly what's stopping you from fatiguing New. And a good New player realizes that. So this is going to be 3 arcane damage. The gold is going to be 3 arcane damage. The grasp is going to be 3 arcane damage and then 1 rune chant later. Starfall is the rune chant and then 2 go again into 3 arcane damage. This turn has been crazy. That's true. Drew makes a really good point. You can very easily jump from something like KO to Levia and like spice it up and teach yourself more about the game and like managing your resources more effectively. Yeah, Drew makes a really good point there as well. One event where I won in my last Swiss round against the CYB9 Rhino with 2 Flicker Wisps and an Arc. Then in my top 8, I got matched against the same person and I won with 2 Arcs and a Flicker. I mean, yeah, drawing the combo like this is a rush. I completely agree with you. It is very exciting. I'm asking if my opponent knew that the burn up was going to trigger right there. They may have, they may not have. I don't know. I'm just asking. That is essentially 6 extra damage that they can AB one of. So I would much rather them block here and us play a better game. I think that is... I think that's more fun for both of us, to be honest. And then I already have 3 more Arcane on the back end. I am going to throw the Lightning Surge because I want them to have to block the burn-up effect. The fact that they had double Shelter the Storm is pretty unfortunate there, but we did just generate a 20-point life lead on turn 3. We have 1 Arc Lightning left in the deck. I'm curious to see if they take the Arc Lightning or not. I'm sorry, we have 1 Flicker Wisp left in the deck. And then there's 1 more Arc Lightning after this one, so I'm curious to see how they play this out. If you can play effectively to get to the combo, they're toast. I enjoy the minigame of getting there. It feels a bit like Kano, where inevitability's on your side. I guess I can kind of get that. I can kind of get behind that. We could pop this, to be honest. I could block with Gone in a Flash and then pop it, but I don't really think that's correct. I think we're better off to just go to 20 and just play our hand. They might be able to like get more value than us the rest of the game, so we're gonna have to be a little careful here in terms of like how we look to get tempo the rest of the game here. I get what you're saying though, Sloth. Like, it is fun to like, there is like a joyous aspect of trying to get to the combo that you're trying to accomplish to set it all up. Like, being forced to like stay alive long enough to get there can be interesting. I completely get that. Oh, man. I've got to stretch after this, dude. I have to stretch after my stream. I normally try to stretch before I go to bed. Like, I try to like stretch my legs and like my hips and like my lower back and stuff like that, because I sound like I'm freaking 90, but I try to stretch before I go to bed, and I forgot last night, and I can feel it sitting here in my chair today. Which means I'm definitely going to have to tomorrow. So this puts them to 6. I think I'm going to activate Aurora and then go Gone in a Flash, Lightning Press it back to my hand, Gone in a Flash, because it is technically 1 more point. Even though we're using the Lightning Press, what I would like to call, like, what I think is very ineffective, it is technically 1 more point than just playing the Lightning Press. And, ooh, interesting. I mean, I guess we could have just went for the win there. What the hell? We are going to return Gone in a Flash. I guess I click no. Yeah, so that's actually why I do it, Chris. Like, I tore when I was a kid, I tore 3 ligaments in my left knee, and see, that's why we didn't go for it. I don't know. But so I stretch now to try and like keep my leg loose and stuff like that, so I'm not like hurting myself and things like that. Yo, TCG Joker 2023, thank you for that follow on Twitch. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. Guys, if you were hanging out with us for the first time, you're new to the channel, whatever your story might be, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when you're new. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Throw them in the chat. I would love to get to know you guys. Our like personality question that we ask is always about the hot dog toppings. I feel like I just feel like it's become like our like personality test quiz that we ask people about. Please no blue. We'd like to be Rablin. Damn. We are indeed Babylon. Sag. Slipped and hit my tailbone on the stairs yesterday and was like, yep, I'm feeling that one for the next 30 years. I get that, dude. Honestly, I do. I get that. As I've gotten older, like things that I used to like enjoy doing are like now tougher to do. So I understand. I do understand. I played this even though we didn't have to for the efficiency of our turn, because it was pretty clear that they were just going to let the Red Spectre go and go to 1. But I did make this decision because in order for me to keep my turn going after this, I have to have played a lightning card. And I'm going to get the press out there because if they don't have a defense reaction, they are dead. 1, 2... No, I guess technically they're not dead. They'd have to give up their source of AB, their Rage Spectre, and their Quick Dodge Flexors, and then go to 1. Okay, so they have a sink below. It's fine. Yeah, Babylon's depressing. Dude, that's like such a like OG joke of the channel, I feel like. I feel like that is a really, really like good throwback to when like, you know, there was like 5 people watching me on a daily basis. Do I want to force them to use Tunic here? They have a Chi. I think I'm going to set up the embodiment so we don't brick. I think that's the goal here. My name is Zek. Hope I said that right. From Bavaria. Aurora best. And I come to Fab because OP Magic and Lorcana is too boring for me. Hey, I get that, man. I completely understand. I also come from... I guess I can't do that quickly from here. Oh, well. I also come from Magic, so I completely understand, brother. Completely understand. Zach, welcome to Flesh and Blood, and welcome to the channel. Glad you're here hanging out with us, man. So we couldn't have forced Tunic there, really, but I'm going to activate Grasp because it forces them to pitch if they don't want the manifestation to go away by the rune chant. If we just throw the Flittering Charge, they do not have to pitch a card to our rune chant later because they are technically at 2 instead of 1. So doing this, we are making their hand more awkward to start off with. Protecting the mirror guy is wrong. There's no world this is correct. I still don't think this is correct. You can block this with the Starfall. You can block the Starfall with the Flexors. So by pitching the Rune Chant, we're pretty much just forcing them to make this decision early. And then this, more than likely, just gets soaked up by the Manifestations Amira guy. No. Interesting. All right, so... Oh, they tried to go for the Astral kill. Can we just get them right here? We can, right? Because they had to pitch a red. They're going to stay at 2, but we're going to get their mirror guy. That feels so good. The burn up ping is so much value right there. I guess I technically should have activated Aurora. Yeah, I should have activated Aurora and then went 5 draw card. But now we're just going to create a Rune Chant and then come in for 7 and 1 Arcane. That probably won us the game. That play right there probably won us the game, but we'll see what happened. If it wasn't Enigma, I'd feel bad for them. Oh. So they take the Rune Chant, go to 1. Now, they would have pitched Homage to the Rune Chant, and then they would have blocked 8. And then our hand would have been Entwine Lightning, Channel, Exude, E-Strike. Entwine Lightning, fuse with the Channel, E-Strike for 7, put Exude on the bottom. Arsenal the Channel. I mean, they're at 1, so there's no reason to do that, right? So we would have been better off to go Entwine Lightning, fuse with the Channel, into E-Strike for 7, put the Channel on the bottom, Arsenal the Exude, and then our next hand is Gone in a Flash, Flittering Charge, Discharge, Entwine Lightning. So we go Entwine Lightning, fuse with the Flittering Charge, throw Flittering Charge, play the Discharge to give it go again, throw Exude for 7, and then Arsenal Gone in a Flash. And then it's Arc Lightning into Gone in a Flash, Fry, Rabble, Snatch. Yeah. We were good. We were good there. So we had it no matter what. We had it no matter what. Yeah, that was turn 3. We had that crazy combo turn. The Enigma hate is so valid. Oh, it's so funny. Hang on, let me go ahead and fill out my log here. Let's see. We played against Enigma. We did go second. We got the win. Turn 3 had double flicker and arc to put them down to 9. Good value. Closed it out from there. Actually, we should talk about the burn up play. Shock got their mirror guy, which won us the game. The value off that ping from burn up and shock was absolutely insane. That is 215, not 115. It is currently February. It is currently February. So Enigma hate's always valid. Aggro bans Enigma lovers one step before hot dog haters. Absolutely. Not really. You can like whatever you like. But I get it, man. I get it. Flexors is insane, Valk. I agree. Flexors is insane, but I just don't think it's enough when we were that far ahead. Guys, thanks so much for coming by and hanging out today. I appreciate y'all chilling with us. I am going to cut the stream off. We've been going for about 3 hours now. I got some family plans I'm doing tonight, so I'm going to cut it off and start getting ready for that. But thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. If you guys don't know, I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday through the week from 7 to 10 Eastern time. So I know that time zone can be a little awkward for people. So I like to get some weekend streams earlier in the day so that everybody from around the globe can hang out. But I appreciate all the follows and subs and stuff on YouTube and Twitch. Appreciate you guys for being here. If you're playing in RTN, best of luck tomorrow. I know I'm playing in one, so Monday we'll be able to talk about that and kind of see how it went. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Take it easy, guys. Kyle requested 5 subs of water. Fucking weeb.